Jalen Brunson, what is his approach going into a game that doesn't actually count in the standings?
You treat it like a regular game. You treat it like you would any other game, honestly. Yeah, that is what's at stake. Like, you're not winning or gaining anything on your record, but you're going there competing. You're playing for more than just yourself. You're playing for your team, your organization, your city. There's a lot at stake besides the record. So you go out there and compete no matter what.
Knicks fans, the action doesn't stop when the buzzer sounds. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love, weekdays from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Subscribe now and stay locked in. ESPN New York on YouTube. Now, Victor Wembanyama has been a lot for the Knicks to handle in his brief NBA career. Last year, these two teams met at the Garden on Christmas. Wemby had 42 points, 18 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 block shots. In his rookie season, March 29th, 2024, in San Antonio, he had 40 points, 20 rebounds, 7 assists, and a block in a 130-126 overtime win for the Spurs. In that same game, by the way, that the Knicks lost, Jalen Brunson scored 61 points, the second most points a Knick has ever scored in a game. Brunson asked about Wemby. How do you counter his length?
You got to find ways to pull him away from the basket. Obviously, be smart, and you can't just go in there and think no one's going to come and affect the shot. And so he's great at what he does, and we just got to be smart as a team and playing off 2 feet and reading where he is and just trying to get the best shot as possible.
And how about Karl Anthony Towns, who is likely to be matched up at times with Wembanyama on the challenge of dealing with the third-year center?
He's 7'5", and he's very talented. So, for us, we're going to have to do a good job of executing our defensive game plan and offensively as well. So everything's for us is about execution. I think that's what's made us really good recently playing basketball is our execution. So we just got to go out there and find a way to do that for 48 minutes.
Regular starting five for the Knicks tonight: Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Anunoby, and Towns. And for the second straight game, Wembanyama is going to come off the bench. The Spurs will start De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle with Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, and once again, Luke Cornett will start in the middle. But Victor Wembanyama commented after the semifinal victory that the Spurs play ethical basketball. What exactly does he mean by that?
My answer is simply going to be that, in modern basketball, we see a lot of brands of basketball that don't offer much variety in the dangers they pose to the opponents. Lots of isolation ball, sometimes kind of forced basketball. And we try to propose a brand of basketball that can be described as more old school sometimes, the Spurs way as well. So it's tactically more correct basketball, in my opinion.
So Victor Wembanyama in his third NBA season holding a very high opinion of the brand of basketball his San Antonio Spurs play. Knicks fans, start your holiday shopping with the Knicks. Check out our holiday gift guide by heading to Knicks.com/shop to start shopping for the Knicks fan in your life. What would winning the NBA Cup mean to Karl Anthony Towns?
I think the Cup is big for us just for the energy it brings to our team, to have the opportunity, one, to win it, and, God bless we are to win it, do our part. I think it brings great energy to the team, a great mojo to the team, and it also brings that feeling of winning. It's no matter if it's the Cup, NBA Finals, winning anything, winning any game. When you get that feeling of winning, it's addictive. And obviously, I want us to have that mindset where we're addicted to the next championship. If we could win this one, so I think this is a great start for us to understand the standards needed to win at a high level, at a championship level, and also giving us that feeling of, there's nothing better than the belief when you could do something. And I think this will be a great start for us.
And that's the opportunity that awaits the Knicks tonight. We'll take another break on New York Knicks Game Night. When we come back, we will head out to Vegas and chat with Monica McNutt, her thoughts on the matchup and keys to tonight's game. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. Third generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
Ready to let the good times cruise? Then you need a Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, a proud partner of the New York Knicks. Made with real iced tea, real vodka, and no bubbles. It's one wildly refreshing drink. Sun Cruiser goes great with the sun, the sand, the snow, and anywhere else your adventures take you. Stop by the waiting room in Rahway and enjoy a cold Sun Cruiser while watching any of the Knicks games. Sun Cruiser Beverage Company, Boston, Massachusetts. All nutritionals based on 12-ounce serving. Please drink responsibly.
And welcome back to New York Knicks Game Night as we get set for the NBA Cup Championship from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas between the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs. And we head out to Vegas now and say hello to Monica McNutt, who is on the call with Tyler Murray and probably feels like she's been in Vegas for about a month at this point. Monica, we've seen this group of Knicks play in a lot of big games over the last 2 or 3 years. This is obviously different. How excited are these guys to be on this stage tonight?
You know, I think it's a great opportunity to make a positive deposit, right, toward playing in a big goal. These guys obviously got to the conference finals last year, so they know about big games. But under Mike Brown, like, we've all sort of enjoyed the stories of how Mike has learned so much in his role as head coach of the New York Knicks and the Josh Hart story. Everybody's talking about that. And so I do think the more you are put in situations that are designed to squeeze you and to create pressure, the more likely you are to have opportunity to really learn about one another. And I think tonight presents one of those opportunities. I think it is unique that it is not only the NBA Cup, but it is arguably a team that the rest of the league is going to have to deal with for real for the foreseeable future.
No question about it. And how about this superstar matchup? Because each team has one, and they really couldn't go about their business any more differently than they do.
So there's a couple different matchups that I'm super intrigued by. You got 2 clutch players of the year, right? Shout out to De'Aaron Fox and Jalen Brunson. Then you've got 2 elite 7-footers in the league, obviously, Wemby, and you talk about Karl Anthony Towns. And then I think on the wings, right? Like, whether you have noticed the Spurs details and the defensive prowess of either Devin Vassell or Stephon Castle, like, obviously the Knicks have their wing guys that they've coined Wingstop in Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. So I think there's a lot to really dig into in this matchup. Luke Kornet has obviously had some good games against this roster in his Boston Celtics uniform once upon a time. So I'm actually really, really excited for this one. The similarity that I do think that these teams share is their willingness to move the basketball. The Spurs obviously have guards who predicate attacking quickly with speed, crushing you. And the Knicks don't have as many, but I do think that both of these teams share a willingness to move the basketball and looking to shift defenses.
Monica, Victor Wembanyama is really unlike anything anyone has ever seen in the NBA. His last 2 games against the Knicks, 42 points in one, 40 points in the other. I know he's just coming back from a lengthy absence, but how do you go about trying to slow this guy down?
You know, I've been thinking about this a lot since the other day. And I actually have a wild theory, Pat. Well, first of all, let me clarify that Mitch Johnson said in the pregame press conference that the minutes will probably be very similar to what we saw in the San Antonio matchup versus OKC. So if that means you got to prepare for Victor Wembanyama in a 20-minute stretch, he's likely to come off the bench. I wonder if Mike Brown will look to tinker with how he starts the ballgame, because to me, I like the Alex Caruso approach, and I'm looking at OG Anunoby to kind of carry the first stop in terms of defending Victor Wembanyama. Now, obviously, that is a team defensive strategy and execution, but I do wonder if the combination of OG Anunoby's strength, size, and speed can bother and get into Vic enough to be disruptive, and then you allow the rest of your guys to rotate over and help position. But obviously you've got to stay tremendously connected. You've got to be on the glass. And I think, too, as much as we'll talk about the things you do defensively, offensively you have to be taking good shots, because if you settle for poor shots, not only Vic, but you look at the rest of this team in terms of getting to the glass, they are out. Like, the second chance opportunities are not really a thing. They are out. And so I think the Knicks have to be smart offensively so that they're not putting themselves in a deficit position defensively.
All right, one more game to go in this event. Knicks trying to take home that NBA Cup. And with that, Monica, let's get to your keys to the game presented by Princeton Jeep.
All right, so when I look at this one, I think my first key for the Knicks is going to be shot selection. I was having a conversation with some national writers coming in, and I was like, actually, when you watch the tape, Vic was on the floor, but he wasn't exactly great in that first half. And the counter was, yeah, but he stopped teams from going to the paint. And I was like, okay, I'll accept that. And we know that Jalen Brunson gets going in that mid-range. So I think for the Knicks, the first key is going to be shot selection, which I'd parlay that into 1A, being they're going to have to be able to hit their threes tonight, because they're going to need to be able to space the floor and draw Wemby away, keep this San Antonio Spurs defense honest. And then I think for me, I'm looking at the bench productivity for the Knicks. One thing that stands out to me, while Victor Wembanyama is the centerpiece for the San Antonio Spurs, those guys are 6-6 without him, which I understand that's not as great as the 12-1 when he's been available, but it's not as if this team falls apart. Yes, there are notable plus-minus numbers when Vic is and isn't on the court, but it's not as if you're talking about some bums at the bottom of the league when he's not there. And I think they have the ability now, as they're getting healthy, to come at you with depth. And so the Knicks bench is going to have to be able to hold their own when they are called upon. And then the last one for me, I think I'm going back to my first key, my third key from Game 1, Pat, is just to create the energy. The Spurs flew in a little fan section. I do trust that Knicks fans are going to show up, but in order to create a championship energy in a neutral environment, I think it starts with what the Knicks bring within themselves and how they show up on the floor. So really quickly to run those back for me, shot selection, a.k.a. three-point shooting, the Knicks bench tonight, and then creating the energy that they need.
We are excited about this one. Monica, thanks for setting the stage. Have a great call with Tyler.
Thank you.
That was your keys to the game presented by Princeton Jeep. Visit them at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey. For the best deals or offers, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com to see all the fantastic vehicles in stock, and tell them Rick Brunson sent you. That'll do it for New York Knicks Game Night. Coming up next, it is the championship of the NBA Cup from Las Vegas between the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs. Tyler Murray and Monica McNutt have the call, and I'll be back with you at halftime. Enjoy the game, everyone. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This has been the New York Knicks pregame show. Get ready. New York Knicks basketball is coming right up.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Every unforgettable Knicks moment is built on heart, hustle, and history. The same qualities that define London Jewelers. For 100 years, London Jewelers has helped generations celebrate life's biggest wins, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones that shine forever. Because true brilliance isn't just seen, it's felt, shared, and passed on. From fine timepieces to exquisite jewelry, London Jewelers is where moments become memories that last a lifetime. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of excellence. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Anunoby left wing three. Got another one. OG Anunoby's third three-pointer.
This is so much fun.
New York Knicks basketball is on the air.
Kick out to Hart far corner. Extra pass Clarkson. And he buries a three. The Knicks are playing beautiful basketball right now, and it forces another Washington timeout.
The New York Knicks. Are you ready?
Between the legs dribble. Gets rid of Thompson. Walk-up three-pointer. He got it! The clutch player of the year will not be denied. Jalen Brunson with 4.3 puts the Knicks in front.
Knicks basketball starts right now. Now here's Monica McNutt, and with the play-by-play, here's Tyler Murray on the MSG Radio Network.
After several days in the desert, the Knicks will be leaving Las Vegas after tonight. The question is, will they be taking home some hardware or not as they take on the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA Cup championship game? And the first time that either of these two teams have reached this round at T-Mobile Arena. It's a matchup of the 18-7 Knicks and the also 18-7 San Antonio Spurs, two of the absolute hottest teams in the NBA. And we're not just talking about the last few elimination round games in this Cup tournament. This really is a marquee matchup at an early stage in the season. Glad you're with us, everybody. Alongside Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray, as we welcome you into a bonus edition of New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. As Pat O'Keefe told you in the pregame show, because of this game today, the Knicks and Spurs will wind up playing 83 games by season's end instead of the traditional 82. And there's no movement in the standings, no adding to the win column. It is simply a matchup to hoist the NBA Cup. Oh, and about $500,000 per player. Monica, you talked about this with Pat in the pregame show, but I thought it was a great question by him and a better answer by you. So let's dive deeper into it. The matchups across the board in this game, I don't know if you're going to have stars guarding stars on every single possession, but there's a lot that jumps off the page that should be fun to watch in terms of just the sheer talent we're going to see lined up against each other here tonight in Vegas.
I couldn't agree with you more, LT. Now let's run them down, shall we? So you got two clutch player of the years going head-to-head, De'Aaron Fox and Jalen Brunson, your point guard matchup, which do we expect them necessarily to guard one another? Nah, and in spurts, actually. I think you could see some Fox on Brunson. Then, obviously, you go to your centerpieces. You got two 7-footers. You got Victor Wembanyama, who is returning and has been very incredible in limited time after he's navigated an injury. And, of course, you got Karl Anthony Towns, the first and third best rebounders in the league, respectively. And then on the wings, I think this is where it gets a little tricky. And I'm not sure if, say, Knicks fans have not been watching Spurs basketball. You could overlook this one. Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell in particular. Devin Vassell is a little bit more heralded as a defender, but obviously Stephon Castle was the Rookie of the Year. Those guys on the wing, you look at the wing-stop combination that New York has of OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, I think we're in for a really, really delightful ball game. To me, Tyler, I'm looking at the Knicks bench. Are they going to be able to hold momentum? Because the Spurs, yes, Wemby is the centerpiece, but even without him, they've been a solid team this year, and they rely on their depth.
Get to the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. It is Mark Davis, the crew chief, with Brent Barnaky and Nate Green assisting. That was the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. Dime Community Bank's new branch is now open at Madison and 37th Street, right in the heart of Manhattan. Visit dime.com to learn more. Dime, we've got your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Big ovations for both teams here in the championship round of the NBA Cup. Semifinals on Saturday, it was a heavy Knick crowd in the opener, and then a pretty heavy San Antonio crowd in the nightcap, where the Spurs became just the second team all season to beat Oklahoma City. And that now means the Knicks are the hottest team in the league. They've won 9 of 10, and the new longest active winning streak in the National Basketball Association belongs to the Knicks. They've won 5 in a row. They look to make it 6 here tonight in the NBA Cup title game. We'll take a quick break to bring you the national anthem here as they present the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and City of Las Vegas Department of Public Safety Honor Guard here at T-Mobile Arena. Knicks will head to Indy after this game, back-to-back at home on the second night. That's a Friday against Philly, so no rest for the weary, but they have had 2 days off entering this championship round, as have the San Antonio Spurs. Here's the Star Spangled Banner for you here in Vegas.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the palms bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? On the green and the home of the
It is time for New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. There is a trophy on the line tonight in Las Vegas, Nevada. And when it's game time, it's Tully time. The opening tip is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. All right, starting lineups for the San Antonio Spurs. Saturday against Oklahoma City was the first time all year they've had everybody healthy, and they'll enjoy that same lineup here today. And quickly through the injuries they've dealt with, De'Aaron Fox out 8 games with a hamstring injury. Stephon Castle 9 games with a hip flexor strain. Dylan Harper a 10-game absence with a calf strain, and that was the same ailment that kept Victor Wembanyama out for 12 games, only returning on Saturday. He played 22 minutes in that game and was a game-high plus 21, and he actually came off the bench. Head coach Mitch Johnson for the Spurs telling the media before tip-off that they'll do pretty much the same thing with Wembanyama, even though he is their best player at 7'4". They're being very careful with that calf injury, so he will not start, and perhaps will start to answer the question he had following Saturday's win, which was, is it possible to win MVP and Sixth Man of the Year in the same season? We might just find out, but it is De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle in the backcourt for San Antonio, and you've got Devin Vassell and Harrison Barnes on the wings, and starting in place of Wembanyama is Luke Cornett, who had a 7-block performance with the Celtics against the Knicks in Game 5 last year, which they still call the Luke Cornett game at the Toronto Dominion Garden. As for the New York Knicks, it is Jalen Brunson running the point, coming off his first 40-point game of the season on Saturday. He's now done it 19 times as a member of the Knicks, so he's only got to catch Bernard King and Patrick Ewing, who have done it 23 and 30 times respectfully, and went under the radar, but Brunson also had 8 assists in that game. Mikal Bridges, 16 points and 3 assists on Saturday. He'll be at the shooting guard position. He continues his consistent play. 10 points in 24 of the 25 games so far this year for Bridges, with exceptional defense, perhaps the best of his career. Josh Hart and OG Anunoby at the wing. Hart, another stat-stuffing effort on Saturday. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists with 3 steals and a block. And he continues to lead the league with 31 loose balls recovered, Josh Hart. As for OG Anunoby, he had another elite two-way effort on Saturday. 24 points, 3 steals, 1 block, and he was 3 of 4 from downtown. And with those two guys, when they play, the Knicks win games. 4 straight wins since Anunoby's come back from the hamstring strain, and since Josh Hart's been put in the starting lineup, the Knicks are 9-1. Again, they are the hottest team in the NBA right now. In the middle, it's Karl Anthony Towns, who's really risen to the occasion in these NBA Cup games, including in the semifinals on Saturday. 29 points, and 10 of them came in a perfect fourth quarter. He was 3 for 3 from the field, hit his only 3-point shot, and knocked down all 3 of his free throws. Go a little deeper on the San Antonio lineup. Monica told you De'Aaron Fox, their point guard, was the clutch player of the year in 2023. Steph Curry won it the year after, and then Jalen Brunson got the award last year. Fox having an awesome season from downtown, 39% from 3. And his old coach in Sacramento, Mike Brown, who coached him for 2.5 years, said that Fox has the potential to be a great two-way player as well. So we'll see if he tries to defend Jalen Brunson at any point. But one of their best defensive guards is at the 2-guard position, and that's Stephon Castle, reigning Rookie of the Year out of UConn. And maybe it wasn't the strongest rookie class a year ago. He beat out Zachary Reese-Shea, but still earning that coveted honor, and he's up 3 points a game from last year, averaging 18 a night. Stephon Castle. As for Devin Vassell, he's shooting 39% from distance this season, but just 16 points a game for him, his lowest in 4 years. But Vassell, he had to carry a big scoring load the last couple of seasons with all the injuries surrounding him. Now he's settled into more of a reserve role, or at least a role player position, as he continues year 6 out of Florida State. And then Harrison Barnes really struggled from beyond the arc on Saturday. The Spurs started that game 0 for 12 from long range. He was 0 for 8, but eventually, even against Oklahoma City, they found a way to overcome a 16-point deficit and won that game by 2. Off the bench, you'll hear from Victor Wembanyama, and then number 2 overall pick Dylan Harper, who, look, he's not number 1 right now in the rookie rankings, but if he has a big second half of the season, he could give San Antonio their 3rd consecutive Rookie of the Year award. They had Castle after Wembanyama, so they've done it twice in a row. That hadn't happened since the Timberwolves did it with Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns in consecutive years.
Oh, that's a good note. I like that.
Thank you, Monica. I knew you would enjoy that. Knicks are in their statement uniforms. It's the Madison Square Garden beams of light on the sides, going from blue up to orange on the sides of the black jerseys and the black shorts. Orange on the front, New York. Numbers on front and back as well. The Knicks are 3-1 when they wear these uniforms, and the Spurs are in a classic gray. Opening tip of the NBA Cup championship game is won by Karl Anthony Towns, and the Knicks will operate from right to left across the Golden Court here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Knicks have been here since Friday, as Bridges gets to the far side baseline, backs up to the corner on the taller Cornet. He'll drive to the rim, tough turnaround fadeaway off the front rim from the dotted line, and Castle gets the rebound. A lot of fans for both sides in the building, and just a lot of locals from Vegas are here too, as Barnes gets a near corner 3, and his struggles continue. He misses over Hart. You know there are Vegas fans here because the local team that plays hockey is the Golden Knights. Here's Towns down the lane, left side, kicks to Hart near corner. And when they said the word Knights in the national anthem, a lot of fans yelled out Knight, as is tradition with the NHL games here. Long left wing 3 for Towns. Rattled it in over Luke Cornet, and Karl Anthony Towns rainbows in the first 3 points of the championship game.
All right, so obviously the premier 7-footer you think of is Victor Wembanyama, but Luke Cornet has been good with this squad. He seems to like the nickname French Vanilla in terms of the way he's played with Wemby. Karl Anthony Towns making the most of that matchup.
Nice leaner from Devin Vassell in the middle of the paint. That will make it a 3-2 game, and yes, the Spurs have some excellent nicknames across the board. We've got the Slash brothers between Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle. French Vanilla, you said it, Cornet, and then the Frenchman Victor Wembanyama when they play together. Josh Hart, far side baseline drive, now a fadeaway from inside the foul line, hits the back rim, and then softly bounces through off the front rim and in. It's 5-2 New York.
So in this early minutes of the ball game, Karl Anthony Towns should absolutely be looking to exploit Luke Cornet, whether that means he's scoring or able to be a bit of a hub offensively.
Vassell straight on 3, bricked it wide right off the backboard. Here's Brunson on the move from right to left. Knicks in black, Spurs in gray. Brunson up top, defended by the slower Barnes. Step back, right wing pump fake, and then a dish inside to a cutting Anunoby, who snuck behind Castle for a two-hand jam. It's Knicks by 5.
Brunson so far has been guarded by Castle and Barnes, and OG Anunoby has been successful in the backdoor cut twice now.
Alley-oop to Cornet, over the top, all the way out of bounds. De'Aaron Fox airmailed it to the right side baseline, and the Knicks take over after the game's first giveaway.
Fox was so candid yesterday during the presser talking about needing to experience big games, and so far it looks like the Spurs are a little bit gun-shy to start this one.
Baseline leaner from Bridges off the back rim. As we mentioned, they fell in an early hole, down 16 to OKC, and for most teams this year, that's good night as a right elbow jumper drops in for De'Aaron Fox off the dribble. So it's back to a 3-point game, 9.5 to go in the first quarter. Brunson running the point, one of the best first quarter scorers in the NBA. Near side hash mark screen from Bridges, matches him up with De'Aaron Fox. They faced off in some high school showcase tournaments with the Nike Elite Youth Basketball League, and Fox commits a blocking foul on Brunson's left side drive. That's the first personal in the game.
So Fox is now the third defender. So it looks as if Mitch Johnson and company are going to try to keep Jalen Brunson off balance, if you will, by throwing multiple defenders at him, which is a strategy we haven't seen a ton of, at least intentionally. A lot of teams put their best defender on him, especially if that person is a wing defender.
And you'll see some screens as well to switch different guys onto him as Brunson gets into a right elbow jumper, but airballed it all the way out of bounds left baseline.
The jab step, the ball fake jab step was crazy.
And they got rid of Castle, who I think if they had their druthers would be defending Brunson more often than not, as he gets to the right side block and then throws an alley-oop to Luke Cornett. He stuffs it to make it a 1-point game. Knicks 7, Spurs 6. Josh Hart right side angle, hands off to Anunoby. He'll take a 3 over Barnes. That's off the back rim. Rebound tipped by Bridges. Keeps it in bounds left baseline. Out to Hart far wing. Brunson in the paint. Whips a pass. Towns left wing 3. In and out. He was leaning toward the left sideline, but still almost nailed it.
That was a heartbreak in and out.
Now it's Castle, middle of the lane, double team, whips a pass, left wing Vassell for 3. He got it, and it's a 9-7 San Antonio lead. First time they've been up tonight. And an inbound coming from Anunoby, right side baseline.
To get to this game, Vassell was 4 of 9 from the three-point line on Saturday versus OKC. He's shooting 40% from there on the season.
Inbound from Anunoby comes to Brunson. Some really good three-point shooting this year from San Antonio. They're not number one in the league. They're near the top 10 at 37%. Castle tried to draw a charge. Brunson keeps playing and couldn't nail a right angle 3. That one in and out. Spurs ball up 2 from left to right. They go. Left elbow. Castle hops up in the lane. Fires a pass to the right wing for Barnes. He'll drive baseline. Slow steps around Towns and lays it in to give San Antonio a 4-point lead.
One thing that I immediately flagged that could potentially be an issue for the Knicks is, as you mentioned, the quickness of these guards and how they focus on getting into the paint.
The Knicks have been so good at protecting the paint this year. Opponents scored just 45 points in the lane. That's 4th fewest in the NBA, but the Spurs are so tough to stop off the dribble. Anunoby nails a 3, far corner, right in front of the Knicks bench, and it's back to a 1-point game, 11-10 San Antonio. Anunoby's been red hot from downtown since coming back from that hamstring injury as Castle throws his body into Towns in the middle of the paint, missed the layup, but Cornett cleaned it up off glass for a 3-point San Antonio lead. Anunoby was 3 of 4 in the semifinal win over Orlando here on Saturday. Brunson leans in. Bank shot is good. He took Barnes right to the cup, and they like that matchup. Brunson against Barnes. It's a 1-point game.
Just really quickly, Stephon Castle's already been credited with 4 assists in this one.
Reigning Rookie of the Year. And then they got another great guard, Dylan Harper, when they moved up in the lottery, 6 spots from 8 to 2. And now Vassell got fouled on a far side baseline leaner. Looked like Josh Hart got a hand in on the jumper. So 2 free throws coming for Vassell. It's Spurs 13, Knicks 12. And the applause you may be hearing is not for Dylan Harper. It is for Victor Wembanyama, who also checks in with just 5 minutes gone by in the championship game.
It is just so spectacular to watch Victor Wembanyama in motion. He's been a great interview. I can think back to my interview with him when he was drafted. You know, I worked really hard on being able to say, welcome to the NBA in French. And he said gracias back to me.
That's very funny. Do you still remember how to say welcome to the NBA in French?
Bienvenue à la NBA.
Oh, muy bien.
See? Check me out. Anyway, so Victor's on the floor now. All red alert, all hands on deck.
He is an absolute international sensation. I mean, I think it was our first time seeing him at a podium in a long time as they've set up the media availability. Very similar to the NBA Finals here in Vegas as the Free throws are good, and the basket too all right. So 15-12, San Antonio with the lead. Knicks keep their 5 on the floor, but Wembanyama and Harper in for Fox and Cornett. Bridges left side drive, missed the layup, hard off glass with a good contest from Vassell. Here comes the 7'4" Wembanyama in the paint. Fires a pass to Barnes' right corner. Dribbles out to the near side hash mark. He's watched by Anunoby. Right now, it's Karl Anthony Towns defending Wembanyama. Right side baseline drive. Pulls up for 2 through some contact. He bricked it, but right to Barnes underneath the hoop. An easy lay and makes it a 5-point lead for San Antonio and forces a Mike Brown timeout with 6:32 to go in the first.
There are a couple of possessions in this ball game that were big collisions that there were no whistles. If that's what we're doing today, all right, just make it clear and make it plain and balanced for both teams.
It looks like Karl Anthony Towns was wrapping up Wembanyama in a bear hug, but they're letting him play, as they say. It's 17-12 San Antonio. Timeout Knicks with 6:32 to go in the opening quarter of the NBA Cup championship game. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New York City basketball fans, tonight's message is powered by Local 3 IBEW and NICA New York. In this city, they run the 3-man weave. Local 3, NICA New York, and 125 years of union electricians delivering safe, skilled power. From hospitals and schools to transit, Madison Square Garden, and that skyline, they keep the lights on. They're training the next generation so the city never slows down. Local 3 IBEW and NICA New York, powering New York City. Always on, always leading the way.
It's the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. So don't just hang your own lights. Venture out and look for the northern lights. Drink cocoa on the beach. Or be a drive-by karaoke caroler. Because every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So you can take holidays to places they've never been. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
See Kia dealer for warranty details. Event ends 1/2/26.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours, so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
6.5 to go in the first quarter of the NBA Cup title game. It's 17-12 San Antonio. Largest lead for either side has been 5. Knicks 2 of 5 from downtown, 1 from Anunoby and 1 from Towns, but Victor Wembanyama into the game, and it was Dwayne Wade who said on the national streaming broadcast on Saturday, it's a different game. When that 7'4", 21-year-old monster comes in, it just changes absolutely everything about what you have to do on both ends of the floor. So it'll be interesting to see how the Knicks can handle that challenge, as Wembanyama has had 2 of his 4 highest scoring games in his 2+ year career against the Knicks. He had 42 last Christmas at MSG. Of course, Mikal Bridges had 41 in a narrow Knick win. And then when Brunson had his career-high 61 on Clyde's birthday 2 years ago, that was a 40-point night for Victor Wembanyama. So he has been tough to stop for the Knicks and everybody else in the league.
Well, if we are to take Mr. Johnson at his word, this is already a departure because he didn't come in until the second quarter versus OKC.
He said maybe a few more minutes for Wembanyama,
Yeah.
so that would be...
If this is to hold, this should be a short stint, but we'll see.
Knicks do make their first substitution. Bridges out, Clarkson in. Brunson and Towns pick and roll left side. Brunson picked up by Dylan Harper, the number 2 overall pick from Rutgers, who just checked in before that last media timeout. Anunoby left corner, closed out by Wembanyama. Jab step and a rainbow 3 is good. Over the 7'4" Wembanyama. OG Anunoby's second 3 makes it a 2-point game.
So here's the matchup for the Knicks defensively that I thought was coming. It is OG Anunoby that is guarding Victor Wembanyama.
And OG is just such a well-respected defender. That kind of felt like the answer you expected to see, even though he's almost half a foot shorter. Alley-oop to Castle would not go. It's off his fingertips, then off the rim. Loose ball comes to Clarkson. Knicks from right to left in black against the gray of San Antonio. Clarkson down the lane, threads a pass to the near corner for Hart. Almost lost it out of bounds. Now he starts his dribble. Defended by Wembanyama. Now they can post up Anunoby on the smaller Castle left side. Tried his low dribble rip-through move, but it stalls. Kick out to Hart up top. Dribbles down the lane. Right-hand floater. Drops in to tie the game at 17 as Josh Hart gets his third and fourth points.
So one thing that the Spurs are doing is trying to keep Victor Wembanyama in the paint. You'll see all the action that we're accustomed to the Knicks running, but he is directing his teammates to go and switch out on the person going out to the perimeter, and he's staying near the paint.
Harper slashing inside. Wild left-hand layup. Misses over Towns from the far side of the rim. Now Anunoby pump fake to right wing three. Up top for Towns. He thought about a long trailer triple, but now dribbles to the right side perimeter. Defended by the smaller Harper. Got the rookie on it, but then picked up his dribble. Double team from Wembanyama. Towns in trouble. Far sideline. Still holding it and whips a hook pass to Anunoby. Oh, what a find for a two-hand jam. Karl Anthony Towns with incredible court vision.
This is, I thought about.
Barnes drives the lane on the other end and ties the game with a layup. It's 19-19.
I thought about Cat as a mismatch and a hub and an engine when Luke Cornett was guarding him, but that time made a great read of the double team.
Wembanyama went down trying to draw a charge, and that freed up a wide open right side lane drive for Brunson, and an uncontested righty layup forces a timeout from Mitch Johnson. He's jawing at the officials, as is Victor Wembanyama. They thought there should have been an offensive foul. Instead, it's 21-19 New York with 4:27 left in the opening quarter.
I'm not going to hold the Spurs, folks. It has been a little physical so far. I think both teams have gotten away with. There's been three plays in my mind that usually I think I would have seen a whistle blown. But all you can ask for is if you're going to let them play balancedly.
The Knicks, after trailing by 5, now lead by 2. It's 21-19 New York, 4:27 remaining in the opening quarter. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
4:27 left in the first quarter. NBA title game in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's 21-19 Knicks. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Alongside Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. All eyes in the NBA world are here at T-Mobile Arena. Chris Bosh is introduced on the video board. He's sitting courtside, not far from the Knick bench. And there's certainly some Cup fever across the country. I heard from a friend recently. He said, quote, "The internet told me this thing was important, so I figured I should tune in."
Listen, Adam Silver had a pregame press conference, which, again, making this thing feel big. And he talked a lot about AI having impacts on various aspects. So maybe AI got the internet making this thing a big deal, although it has been fun. I do not like Vegas, but this has actually been fun.
There's Castle, left side drive, altered on a layup by Robinson. Long outlet to Bridges, left side mid-range, kicks to Clarkson, left wing three, in and out. He was held to just 2 points on Saturday in the semifinals. Jordan Clarkson trying to get hot again. De'Aaron Fox back into the game. Entry pass to Wembanyama, poked away, but a foul on Robinson. But the good active hands from the Knicks' 7-foot defensive dynamo showing off early, but it will be a personal on Mitch.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, partner, because we watch these games together. Feels like a little bit of a different rotation pattern from the Knicks in this one. Jordan Clarkson came in the ball game. Mikal Bridges went out of the ball game. Mikal Bridges is back in the ball game. Karl-Anthony Towns out of the ball game. The Cat Robinson thing we're accustomed to, but there's clearly an effort to match up with Wembanyama.
Wembanyama soaring to the lane off a pick and roll, but he missed a point-blank left-hand layup. There were Knicks in the area, but that doesn't really matter when you're 7'4". Knicks up 2 from right to left in the black uniform. Spurs in gray. Brunson right elbow pull-up jumper short with Fox on his hip, and the rebound tapped out to former St. John's Red Storm star Julian Champagnie. Fox fires a pass to the Rutgers Scarlet Knight. Dylan Harper drives baseline, hits a left-hand reverse layup around Josh Hart to tie the game at 21.
Well, it's tough for Mitchell Robinson to be in his usual sort of help position on such dribble penetration when he's occupied trying to make sure Victor Wembanyama doesn't come up with an O-board or a lob play.
Bridges attacking the basket to our left, but he's forced back to midcourt by De'Aaron Fox. Right side, Brunson in the lane, pump fake. Wembanyama's there with him. He's a foot taller than him, of course. Give and go with Bridges. Frees up Brunson straight on three. That's good. Jalen Brunson's first three-pointer puts the Knicks in front 24-21.
I'm going to keep track of the Knicks paint scoring because a big thing with Wembanyama's presence is keeping the opponents out of the paint. Woo!
Missed layup by Harper, and then Brunson dove into the camera well to save a loose ball from the right baseline, but it then went off the fingertips of Robinson to the near sideline. So it'll be an inbound for San Antonio. Brunson 7 first-quarter points, but it's OG Anunoby with a game-high 10. Knicks by 3, just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wembanyama left side elbow, one dribble, then a rip-through move, and a wild layup somehow goes. It went off the glass, spun around the rim, hit the glass again, and dropped.
Mind you, he was in the chest of Mitchell Robinson on that one as well.
Knicks ball from right to left, up 1, 2.5 to go in the first. Brunson speeds in, stops for a right elbow jumper. It misses off the heel, and Wembanyama tipped the rebound over to Harper.
I don't know that Mitchell Robinson is conditioned for this one.
Off the dribble, 3 straight on. Fox in and out, rebound swatted free by Keldon Johnson. Offensive rebound, Wembanyama. Matched up with Mitchell Robinson, dribbling on the right side arc. Sidestep three-pointer over Robinson, misses short. Rebound Hart. Remember, just Wembanyama's second game after missing 12 with a calf strain. Right point, Hart. Screen on the left from Brunson. Now a pass to the left side for Clarkson. 2 to play, 10 to shoot. Knicks 24, Spurs 23. A rare stagnant offensive possession for New York. 5 to shoot. Brunson speeds past Champagnie. Far shot on the elbow. Drops in and one. Champagnie couldn't slow down in time as Brunson knocked it in from the back rim and through the net. It's a 3-point Knick lead, 1:50 to go, and a free throw coming up.
All right, so a couple observations in this first quarter that I think are going to be key. It appears to me, and we'll have to ask him post-game depending on the outcome, that Mike Brown is sort of doing the same thing the Spurs were doing to Jalen Brunson in terms of mixing up defenders and rotations and who's going to guard Wembanyama, which I think is fine. As Wembanyama goes to the bench, it looks like OG Anunoby is coming back to the ball game. The thing is, the Spurs are keeping Wembanyama in the paint, rightfully so, because when you look at what happened versus OKC, they shot just 4 of 13 in the paint when Wemby was on the court. But Jalen Brunson's mid-range is just outside of the paint, and so I've been really impressed with how effective that shot has been for the Knicks because Mitchell Robinson, Karl-Anthony Towns, whoever it may be, especially Mitchell Robinson, occupies Wembanyama just enough to not want to give up the right-at-the-rim threat.
Brunson missed the free throw. That was the first Knicks foul shot attempt of the game, so they're up by 3. Fox speeds down the lane, finds a wide-open corner shooter, but Harper can't convert in front of the Spur bench. Rebound was tipped, secured by Cornette, then he got fouled by Robinson. That's the third team foul on the Knicks.
2 on Robinson, though, yeah?
If it is on him.
If it is on him.
A lot of hands in there. Actually going to give it to OG Anunoby. We saw the missed free throw from Brunson. The Knicks were just 23 of 31 from the line in the semifinals. They missed 8 foul shots, but so did the Magic. You're talking about the rotations, Monica. Steve Popper of Newsday tweeted that Mike Brown said he was going to leave guys out there a little bit longer for a game like this as Fox gets to the dotted line and hits a floater to make it a one-point game. Knicks 26, Spurs 25. 2 days off leading to this game, and then a day off tomorrow. But then the Knicks have a back-to-back in Indy and home against Philly Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, the rest of that exchange that Popper was having with Mike Brown was kind of like, my little list is just an idea and everything's fluid.
That's also true. Right wing three off the heel from Bridges. Offensive rebound, Anunoby finds Clarkson, who drives to the right block and banks it in high off glass.
Yeah, and I think the fluid part applies heavily to what we've seen so far in this first quarter.
Final minute, first quarter. Keldon Johnson wide open for three, and he knocks it down to tie the game from the near side point. Keldon Johnson's first shot of the night is a three-pointer to make it 28 all.
He was the youngster that got to join Team USA a few years ago.
One of the most efficient mid-range scorers in the NBA this year, Keldon Johnson. Anunoby near side angle. Up top now for Clarkson. 35 to play, 6 to shoot. Knicks can go 2 for 1. Pick and roll with Robinson. Clarkson pump fake to right wing three. Just 2 on the shot clock. He'll launch at the horn, and it's an air ball because of a great contest from Champagnie. So 28.5 on the game clock. 24 on the shot clock. Knicks should get an extra possession with the score tied at 28. Inbound coming from Harper near sideline. Rookie averaging 13 points a game, but he's had some rookie inconsistency. Drafted number 2 overall after Cooper Flagg. New Jersey guy, Dylan Harper, born in Franklin Lakes, went to Don Bosco, and of course a star at Rutgers alongside Ace Bailey, who went 5th overall to the Jazz.
His mom, Maria, is all over the New York City hoops circuit. She was a basketball player and coached Dylan for much of his basketball career, especially in his formative years.
De'Aaron Fox draining clock at midcourt. Pick and roll. Luke Cornett down the right side of the lane. Fox in the paint, draws a foul. Good pursuit from behind by Bridges on the layup. He might have got a piece of that, but also a personal foul called. So free throws for Fox with 10.5 to go. There's the second foul on Mitchell Robinson. Anunoby and Hart have one apiece. As we said, the Spurs, they love to get to the rim off the dribble, so maybe no surprise that after this trip, they'll have 8 foul shot attempts, and the Knicks have just 1.
Well, I think, and we talked about it, the Spurs have a combination of speed that's a little bit more lethal, I think, than the way the Knicks go about scoring their paint points. But if you just looked at the box score, the Spurs have 16 paint points, the Knicks have 14 paint points, so you can't really be mad at that.
How about Saturday, Monica? The Knicks took a season low, 23 pointers, and wound up with 70 points in the paint.
70 numbers, bonkers.
When they get at least 50 points in the painted area, they are 9-1. So far today, it's 16-14 favoring San Antonio. Both foul shots good for Fox, so it's a 2-point San Antonio lead. But the Knicks will get the final possession first quarter. Brunson across midcourt with 5. Near wing with 3. Crossover dribble with 2. Step back pump fake. Lean in. Missed it at the buzzer. And the rebound comes to De'Aaron Fox as it wound up being an air ball short.
Really sound defense by the Spurs there. Even for Jalen Brunson, who usually can find his way around one defender. That time he met a wall of Spurs defenders who had their hands up in sound defensive position. But all in all, this is about what I expected, LT. I think we're in for a really good game between two really good teams.
Knicks led by as many as 5 and then trailed by as many as 5. In the end, it's a 2-point San Antonio lead. They're up 30-28 as we head to the second quarter in the NBA Cup championship game from Las Vegas, Nevada. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com, and your first delivery is free. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Ready to let the good times cruise? Then you need a Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, a proud partner of the New York Knicks. Made with real iced tea, real vodka, and no bubbles. It's one wildly refreshing drink. Sun Cruiser goes great with the sun, the sand, the snow, and anywhere else your adventures take you. Stop by the waiting room in Rahway and enjoy a cold Sun Cruiser while watching any of the Knicks games. Sun Cruiser Beverage Company, Boston, Massachusetts. All nutritionals based on 12-ounce serving. Please drink responsibly.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Well, the Knicks were down 3 after the first quarter on Saturday against Orlando. Well, here in the championship game, they're down by 2. If you're San Antonio, you're certainly happy to have a better start from three-point land. They're not shooting the lights out. It's 2 of 6 from beyond the arc, but in Saturday's semifinals against Oklahoma City, they started 0 for 12, and it looked like we were on our way to a bit of a snoozer in Game 2 of that doubleheader, but that turned into one of the better NBA games of the season, with the Spurs outlasting the Thunder by 2 points in a game that swung on a missed putback from Alex Caruso with nobody around him. And then Victor Wembanyama.
You're not going to let that man live, but go ahead.
You saw what I saw.
I did, but that is the point that you continue to harp on, even though there were free throws, there were other opportunities down the stretch.
You read his lips on the replay. He says,
did.
"Oh, my God, how did I miss that?"
He did, but still, there was still basketball left to be played.
Nothing but respect for two-time NBA champion Alex Caruso, who could have tied the game in the final seconds, but did not. And Victor Wembanyama made a clutch toilet bowl jumper over him from the far side elbow, and that was essentially it. So the Thunder dropped to 24-2, and the Spurs improved to, well, the exact same record the Knicks have, 18-7.
We are so sorry for you Thunder fans, by the way. So sorry.
Enjoy that lottery pick from the Clippers, too. Spurs ball from left to right. They lead it 30-28 as we begin the second quarter. De'Aaron Fox from the right wing finds an extra pass and a wide-open shooter, but Keldon Johnson rims out a right corner three, but then it's tipped in by Luke Cornett, who had 5 offensive rebounds in the semifinal round.
All right, so your boy's on the floor. Uh-oh.
Tyler Kolek across midcourt, passes out of a double team, mid-range jumper. Bridges connects from the far side. It's back to a 2-point game, and my boy is
Tyler Kolek. Woo!
Tyler Kolek, we do share a name.
There you go.
He had a game-high plus 18 in the win on Saturday. And a big steal off of an inbound that seemed to switch momentum. Far corner three, Champagnie connects in front of the Spur bench. They lead it 35-30.
Well, it looks like you talked up that adjustment from the three-point line for the Spurs.
Again, they're a slightly better than average three-point shooting team, but they do so much damage in the paint. You know they're going to get a lot of open looks. Anunoby right side elbow, marked by Harper. 2 dribbles, pump fake from the foul line, leans in, got fouled and scored. OG Anunoby with Brunson-like footwork and a chance at a 3-point play.
I think OG Anunoby has had a really good stretch as he's returned from this injury, particularly in these cup games, the quarterfinals, semis, and of course now in the final.
And for Anunoby, yes, it was a different team last year. Christmas they had Wembanyama, and then they traded for Fox, but by the time they played again, end of the year, neither guy was available. But the 2 games between the Knicks and the Spurs last year, Anunoby actually struggled. He was 8 for 25 across those 2 games. Today he's 5 of 6, and with a free throw at the basket to our left, he's now got 13 points to lead all scorers, and he's brought the Knicks back within 2. 10 minutes, 48 seconds remaining in the second frame. Harper from the left side will pass to the far point. It's Fox to the foul line. Lobs a pass to the right wing, and Harper rims in a 3. Soft touch for the near side arc. Dylan Harper connects. It's a 5-point Spurs lead. Kolek entry pass to Bridges, baseline leaner, left side is good. Mikal Bridges has found the range after missing his first 4 shots. It's a 3-point game again.
So one thing to watch, though, the Spurs are starting to put a little bit of distance between themselves and the Knicks in the second chance points category.
And Mitchell Robinson not on the floor. It's Kolek, Bridges, Hart, Anunoby, and Towns. No Wembanyama right now. Harper, far corner 3 this time. Gets it again. Tyler Kolek signaling for help on the defensive end, but it's the largest lead for either side. Spurs by 6.
Yeah, Tyler Kolek had to go from one side of the floor across the paint the other way to contest that. I'm not sure that was his rotation.
Far corner Bridges, catch and shoot 3. Short in front of the Knick bench. Offensive rebound Towns. Putback is good from the left side block. That was not an easy putback. Had to arc it over Luke Cornett. On the other end, Cornett runs down the floor a step ahead of Towns and stuffs home a right-hand alley-oop. It's back to his 6-point Spurs
Now,
lead.
if Luke Cornett starts running the floor and getting alley-oops, the Knicks are going to have a problem.
Anunoby far corner 3 off the Kolek pass. That hits the front rim and then finds the hands of Cornett. 9:25 left in the second. Spurs 43, Knicks 37. Fox for 3 off the dribble. Right wing, no too strong. Rebound Johnson. Kick out to Champagnie. Wide open left wing 3. Spins out, and Towns gets the rebound. Hart fires a pass to Bridges right wing. Driving the lane from the foul line. He passes left corner Kolek. Back rim to 3, and Champagnie gets the board.
3-point shooting for the Knicks was one of my keys. It was 1A to my first key of the game, which was shot selection for the New York Knicks.
Driving kick from Fox is broken up by Hart. Stole it from the right corner. Ahead to Anunoby. Muscles into the paint. Lost his balance and then threw the ball up off the rim. But 2 free throws coming as they call a personal foul on Dylan Harper. That'll give these guys a breather. Back and forth we go. With the Knicks trailing San Antonio 43-37. 8:54 to go in the second quarter.
So, OG Anunoby taking a page out of the Spurs book, if you will, forcing the issue with dribble penetration. Now, this is why the bench was my second key in this ball game, because look at who the Spurs are preparing to put into this ball game. Stephon Castle, Victor Wembanyama.
Back-to-back rookies of the year.
As, I thought De'Aaron Fox was going out of the game. He pump faked me. He is not. Vassell, it looks like, Harper rather, not Vassell. Harper and Cornett went out in this lineup. So Mitchell Robinson is on the floor for the Knicks, as is Karl Anthony Towns. But all of these guys are capable of getting to the rim and still shooting that 3-ball with confidence.
Anunoby missed the first free throw. Let's give you the full lineup. That's Fox, Castle, Johnson, Champagnie, and Wembanyama. As the second free throw is missed by Anunoby, rebound bounces to the far sideline, and as Johnson tried to save it, he stepped on the sideline out of bounds. So even though Anunoby missed 2 free throws, the Knicks will still possess. Hart's coming in for the Knicks to take out Anunoby, so it is Kolek at the point. Then you've got Hart and Bridges on the wings with the double bigs, Towns and Robinson. Inbounding from in front of that Knick bench is Mikal Bridges. Knicks ball down 6. 8:51 to go in the second. Inbound to Kolek, wide open right wing. 3 is good. Tyler Kolek's on the board, and he cuts the lead in half. It's 43-40.
Knicks needed that just in terms of the slight momentum shift that you could feel here in the second quarter.
Fox splits a double team down the lane at the dotted line. Pulls up and missed a jumper over Robinson from about 9 feet. Now it's Kolek the other way. Knicks from right to left in black, Spurs in gray. Kolek finds Hart near wing up top for Towns. Pump fake to 3, closed out by Champagnie. He'll take him right to the rim for a left-hand layup that he missed, and then it was tipped in on the cylinder by Robinson. So a point-blank misfire from Towns will lead to a Knick turnover.
The one thing, though, that the double big lineup for the Knicks that you really like does, it keeps Victor Wembanyama occupied as a shot blocker and will give Karl Anthony Towns a mismatch in terms of the size of any other defender on the floor right now for the Spurs.
It comes to Wembanyama, left elbow, pulls up for a jumper and drains it to give San Antonio a 5-point lead. And that should also help the Knicks get back into the rebounding battle a bit with 2 7-footers out there. Kolek hounded at midcourt, stripped by Fox, race to the rim. It's blocked from behind by Kolek on the layup, but then Paul a foul. And in fairness, no one's going to win a race to the rim against De'Aaron Fox. Kolek fouled him, pats himself on the chest, saying my fault.
Yeah, no layup rule. I'm not mad at that. No harm. Didn't injure. Fox obviously makes a good basketball play. Doesn't give up an easy 2.
The contingent of Spurs fans in the section directly across from us are chanting in support of De'Aaron Fox. They're called the Jackals. I guess they're the San Antonio Superfans.
Do you know what they were saying?
No, do you?
Nope, couldn't hear it.
Well, I do know they were flown here.
So this is a lovely gesture. I applaud this.
They flew us here too, so.
Well, okay. All right.
But
I mean, I do appreciate being paid. Lovely gesture for sure.
Now the flight for Knicks fans, twice as long as the flight for Spurs fans. Only 2.5 hours or so away from the Alamo. And it's kind of tough to get a read on who's got more fans here, which is usually a very easy problem to solve for the Knicks on the road. They usually pack the house.
I still think Knicks fans outnumber Spurs fans, but I do think Knicks fans are probably a bit nervous.
Second free throw was missed, so it's a 6-point Knick deficit. Brunson's back in at 7:45 to go in the second quarter. And into Towns, and a hook pass from the left block to a soaring Robinson. Goes off his hands out of bounds. No, they'll say Keldon Johnson hit it last. And the Knicks will get a left baseline inbound.
That was near spectacular from one 7-footer to another.
That was video game type stuff.
It was near spectacular.
And we saw that a little bit in Minnesota. Towns throwing alley-oops to Rudy Gobert. Not a ton of it, but that was wild. It was a hook pass from the left side of the rim to the right, but just a bit too tall for Robinson. Knicks still with the ball off the inbound. Robinson hands to Brunson near side arc. Dribbles to the top of the Keon Fox. Crossover at the foul line. Keeps going in the lane. Met by Wembanyama. Air ball to floater. Put back by Robinson. Blocked by Wembanyama. Another offensive rebound. Robinson. Kick out to Kolek. He back rim to left corner 3. Ball on the deck. Robinson's got it. He'll take it to the rim. Missed a layup. Batted off the backboard. It comes left baseline out of bounds. Off of New York. And after 4 shots, they come up empty.
That was a lot of energy from the Knicks. I think when Mitchell Robinson went up for that layup, he had a shooter in the opposite corner for a 3.
Vassell, right wing triple, back rim no. Kolek tipped the rebound and secured it from the right baseline. Outlet to Brunson. 5 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Knicks down 6. Far side mid-range. Brunson pushed by Fox. They'll call the foul. That's the third team personal on San Antonio. And a little extra push from Fox on Brunson.
Brunson low-key. Oh, man. He's such an adjutant.
Brunson low-key.
It's such an adjutant. Look at him. He's Fox is trying to talk to the ref. He's in Fox's face. Well, now they've separated. He's staring at him like, go ahead, explain yourself.
There's actually a reunion between those two. Fox and Brunson both in the Nike Elite Youth Basketball League about 12 years ago now. Brunson scored 34 points on De'Aaron Fox when they were teenagers, so fun to see them match up again. As mentioned, they've won 2 of the 3 ever awarded Clutch Player of the Year honors. Timeout on the floor. The Spurs once again have the largest lead of the game for either side. It's only 6. 46-40 San Antonio with 6:59 remaining in the second quarter. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSD Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
For 125 years, Local 3 IBEW, alongside their NICA New York partners, have powered our city, skyline, schools, hospitals, and arenas. Local 3 and NICA New York members have kept our city shining, safely, skillfully, and proudly for over 125 years. Local 3 and NICA New York, always leading the way.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Well, once a Knick, always a Knick for a couple of guys just introduced on the video board. You got the Meta World Peace And Zebo, Zach Randolph from certain eras of Knicks basketball. Right now they trail the Spurs 46-40 in the championship game of the NBA Cup. Neither team is necessarily lighting it up from three. The Knicks are 5 of 15. The Spurs are 5 of 14. Tough to get a handle on this game, Monica. It's playoff-type physicality, energy, and, defense. Easy looks have been hard to come by. So far, you've got OG Anunoby leading all scorers with 13 points.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I think, and this is why you admire NBA coaching staff so much, because I do think both teams have found ways to puncture holes in those defenses, right? I'm enjoying this basketball game. I think it's been evenly contested. You can see the various strategies, and you definitely see lots of effort from all players involved.
Brunson, Clarkson, Hart, Anunoby, and Robinson. 5 on the floor for Mike Brown. Clarkson, far side block, pump fake. Now a tough fadeaway into the shot clock. Front rim, no. Offensive rebound. Robinson got it away from Wembanyama. Back to Anunoby, top of the arc. Hand in his face from Harper. He'll launch the three anyway, and he buries it. OG Anunoby brings the Knicks back within 3. He's got a game-high 16 points.
Yeah, and he's single-handedly keeping this Knicks three-point shooting percentage solid. He's 3 of 5 tonight. The Knicks total are 6 of 16.
He also has a game-high, team-high 3 assists. Incredible start for OG Anunoby. De'Aaron Fox has 7 dimes. Castle has 6 for San Antonio. Wembanyama, awkward-looking shot from the middle of the lane. He airballed it over Robinson, but a foul called on Mitch, who's standing statuesque with his hands high over his head. There will be free throws for Wembanyama. 6:13 to go in the second. It's Spurs by 3.
Let's see if our friends on Amazon Prime give us a second look at that one. My first reaction is that Mitch is in sound defensive position. Obviously, that doesn't matter because he picked up his 3rd foul.
I don't think Mr. Bezos has hit the replay button for us.
Doesn't look like
in
it.
The studio. Here we go.
Okay.
Thanks, Jeff. What do you think, Monica? It was Robinson chasing down Wembanyama at the foul line. And the thing is, we had this with Kristaps Porzingis in New York when he was very skinny early in his career. He was so long and gangly that any contact can send him flying, and he can be a bit theatrical with that.
The one thing and my mistake, because Mitchell Robinson does jump, right? Like he bit on the initial catch, and I don't know if it was a full-on pump fake, but he jumps. And so I do think when he comes back down while his arms were straight up as Wemby misses that free throw, there is contact.
Wembanyama, 4 points in 8 minutes, 3 rebounds, 1 block. Knicks ball from right to left. They can tie it with a 3 halfway through the second. Brunson, high side wing, defended by Wembanyama. Superstar matchup here. Brunson in the lane, pump fake underneath the hoop. Missed a layup, through some contact. Knicks wanted a foul. Now a 5-on-4 the other way. Vassell, right corner 3, in and out. Rebound, Castle. From the elbow, he dishes to Vassell, and he throws it down on Anunoby. Devin Vassell with the highlight play of the game so far. 5 points, San Antonio lead.
I do think that Jalen Brunson absolutely had an argument on the other end. That was the exact same call that Mitchell Robinson just got called for against Wembanyama.
Brunson near side wing, poked away from behind by Stephon Castle, out of bounds near sideline. 5:28 to go in the second. 5-point San Antonio lead.
All right, so stylistically, Castle is the type of defender that could pose some problems for Jalen Brunson if he continues to press up and bother his handle in this way. Now, that obviously requires a ton of stamina to be able to do that.
And on the inbound, stolen by Castle, came to Wembanyama. Long outlet to Castle. He dunks it over Clarkson, and the Knicks need timeout.
Yeah, they definitely need a timeout. There's been a couple of things, couple of energy moments led by Castle and Wembanyama. The Knicks are looking at the officials instead of looking at one another. I am not saying that they do not have a legitimate qualm. However, you got to bring the energy. My third key to this game was bring the energy that you need if you're going to go after this, air quotes, championship opportunity.
Perhaps a missed call. Wembanyama may have bumped Brunson. The thing about him, he's already learned that he doesn't need to jump at every single pump fake, especially when he's about, 14 inches taller than the guy he's guarding.
You know what I do like about this, though, is if this is going to be the tenor of the game in terms of the physicality, you find out in the second quarter. You got plenty of time to make the necessary adjustment. We know how much of a competitor these Knicks are, particularly led by Jalen Brunson, so you adjust accordingly.
OG Anunoby with a game-high 16. Nobody else on either side has more than 9. 5:22 to go in this second quarter. San Antonio with the game's largest lead. It's Spurs 50, Knicks 43. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass through a per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Every unforgettable Knicks moment is built on heart, hustle, and history, the same qualities that define London Jewelers. For 100 years, London Jewelers has helped generations celebrate life's biggest wins, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones that shine forever. Because true brilliance isn't just seen, it's felt, shared, and passed on. From fine timepieces to exquisite jewelry, London Jewelers is where moments become memories that last a lifetime. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of excellence. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations.
It's the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. So don't just hang your own lights. Venture out and look for the northern lights. Drink cocoa on the beach. Or be a drive-by karaoke caroler. Because every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So you can take holidays to places they've never been. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
See Kia dealer for warranty details. Event ends 1/2/26.
Welcome back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The Coyote mascot for the Spurs was at midcourt during that last time out. He had 2 signs, and one of them said, "I love New York." The other said, "Don't mess with Texas." A little battle between the fans for noise here, but unfair because it was the Spurs mascot who was operating it.
He also needs some glasses because his eyes are weird.
Well, yeah, I mean, he could also not exist, respectfully. You don't need to have a mascot in the NBA, as the Knicks have shown. It will be an inbound from Brunson at the basket to our right. Knicks got to go 94 feet. 5:20 left before halftime. It is Brunson, Clarkson, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns against Castle, Vassell, Harper, Barnes, and Wembanyama. He's already played more minutes than perhaps you might have expected, about to hit 10. Only 21 minutes the other day. Bridges right elbow, keeps driving to the far side block, fadeaway jumper, front rim no, and the rebound was tipped away from Towns by Wembanyama.
Bridges does not have balance on his shots tonight.
Alley-oop to Wemby, missed it on the reverse in midair. That was ridiculous, and then the ball went out of bounds. Looked like Castle fouled Anunoby, and that will be the 3rd or the 4th personal against San Antonio.
Oh my goodness.
So the pass from Castle on the transition alley-oop to Wembanyama was out in front of the rim. The Wembanyama was jumping toward the back end, so he had to reach in front of the iron and then pull it back over his head, and it just banged off the back rim and came free. He's only 21 years old. This is,
listen,
as they say, it's going to be a problem for many years in the NBA, but man, is it fun to watch. Towns down the lane, tough right-hand floater off the back rim from 10 feet. Harper the rebound and off to the races from left to right. At the foul line, in the paint. Kick out to Barnes. Wide open left wing 3, misses. And his struggles continue after going 0 for 8 from downtown in the semifinals. Brunson, far side mid-range. Defended by Castle. Wants a screen from Towns to get matched up with Barnes. At the foul line, there's the screen. And Brunson in the lane hits a leaner from the dotted line. And the Knicks are back within 5.
The physicality off the ball tonight is going to take a toll through this one. Goodness gracious.
And Brunson 5 of 12, 11 points, 2 assists. Castle drive and kick. Harper, right corner, wide open 3. Front rim, no. Rebound, Castle whistling a foul on the Knicks on the rebound. That'll be the 3rd in the quarter. 3:57 to go in the second. It's Spurs 50, Knicks 45. And you had kind of broken down all the different defensive matchups that Brunson had seen in the first quarter. Right now, it looks like the Spurs want Castle on Brunson, and then, of course, the Knicks are trying to do whatever they can to get Castle off, and lately they've been picking on Harrison Barnes. We'll see if that continues.
Well, okay. Wembanyama's off the floor. And Luke Cornett just came back into the ball game. Yes, 100% in terms of the Castle matchup, but it was also it's sort of they put Wemby in a difficult position so that he would not be as much of a shot blocker.
From the foul line, Vassell pulls up for three, hits back iron, rebound, tip free by Johnson. Now Castle gets a left wing three. That hits the front rim, and then Towns got clocked on the rebound. Loose ball foul will give him free throws. The Spurs are over the limit, 5 fouls in the second quarter, and Towns can take his time going down the court from right to left.
It's taking Josh Hart a second to get up after that collision with Harper.
He is crouched over near the right side basket. I thought maybe at first he was favoring his left leg, upper thigh, maybe the groin area. And everybody else is across midcourt on the left side basket except Josh Hart. And he fell hard there toward the far sideline as he and Dylan Harper were fighting for the rebound.
Did he take a knee to his thigh? I couldn't see on that replay.
Could be a Charlie horse.
Yeah.
First foul shot for Towns rattles in. So he's got 6 points. 8 free throws for San Antonio. Now 5 for the Knicks. Dylan Harper's coming out. And De'Aaron Fox will check in along with the duo they call Pineapple Express with Castle and Vassell. They both got hair that resembles a pineapple. And Monica, I don't know how else to describe it, really.
No, that's it.
Okay.
I don't have a bunch of hair, but I know that the girls and the guys apparently call the ponytail on top of your head is a pineapple.
Second free throw good for Towns. It's the new blonde look getting rave reviews, Monica.
Wow, thanks for calling that out.
From coast to coast.
Thank you.
Right elbow crossover. Castle hops up in the lane on Hart. Pump fake. Hart off his feet. And then a foul drawn by Castle. Almost dropped it in for a three-point play. But just 2 free throws instead. As Hart's asking Brent Barnaky where the foul was.
Yeah, I think, and again, in the first 3 minutes of this ball game, I would not think that a play like that would have been called a foul. But they have since tightened the whistle just a bit.
Three-point San Antonio lead. Castle could add 1 or 2 to it at the basket too. All right, he sinks the first free throw. 51-47.
Karl-Anthony Towns so far tonight, 7 boards already to go with his 7 points. I'd like to see him maybe get going a little bit more, particularly while Wemby's off the floor. I don't think Cornett has the foot speed to stay in front of Towns.
Castle gets a front rim roll on the second foul shot, so it's a 5-point lead. Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Anunoby, and Towns against Castle, Vassell, Champagnie, Fox, and Cornett. Monica told you no Wembanyama. He's played 10 minutes so far through almost 2 full quarters. Towns at the circle. Backing on the smaller Castle. Step back. One-legged fall away with Dirk Nowitzki in the building for Amazon Prime.
It looked just like the statue.
3-point game. Middle of the paint. Castle pulls up for 2 and nails a 7-footer over Bridges. 54-49. 3 minutes to go. Spurs with the lead at late second quarter. NBA Cup championship game in Las Vegas. Brunson right side drive, poked away from behind by Castle, but then a ricochet off of Champagnie, back to a cutting Brunson, who got a wide open right hand layup.
Just staying with it there by Brunson.
Pinballed around for 2. Castle up top, pick and roll Cornett, hook pass right corner Fox, extra feed top of the key Vassell, pump fake and a drive on Bridges. Now an alley-oop pass to Cornett, came back down with it, and then Brunson blocks it out of bounds. Jalen Brunson's 3rd rejection of the season. Stops play with just 5 to shoot and 2.5 left in the half.
That was a really good defensive rotation by the Knicks. I like the way that Mikal Bridges closed out to Vassell,
Inbound to Vassell, tough right side baseline jumper, missed it over Hart. Rebound comes to him at the foul line. Outlet to Brunson, speeds ahead on Champagnie. Right side Euro step layup, no. Rebound tipped in off glass by Hart, and the Knicks are back within 1.
Hart is disgusted that Brunson doesn't get the whistle, although he got the putback.
Yeah, they're being a lot nicer to each other in public lately. It's a bit concerning. 2:12 to go in the second quarter. 54-53, San Antonio with the lead. A let's go Knicks chant starts up here in Las Vegas. Castle right elbow, keeps his dribble. Left-hand crossover to the far side block now. Tough baseline leaner, airballed into the hands of Cornett, who puts it through for 2.
Do you think that was an airball or a pass?
I said air ball at the time, but whenever you ask me that question, usually it means I'm wrong.
No. It could have gone either way.
Probably a pass. Brunson got hit from behind on a drive to the foul line by Castle, and he'll get 2 free throws. He can make this a 1-point deficit. 1:47 to go in the second quarter.
This is the call Brunson feels like he should have gotten a couple other times.
Every time.
In the course of this quarter for sure. But yeah, every time, of course, he wants it.
Going to be tough to match Saturday's effort. 40 points in the semifinals for Brunson. At the basket to our left, he sinks the free throw. Monica was talking about this right from the opening tip, the amount of young athletic guards they can throw defensively at Brunson. Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, even Keldon Johnson. And don't forget Dylan Harper. They just got more bodies they can throw at Brunson.
I do like this chant battle that seems to be emerging a little bit.
Second foul shot is good. Brunson got both. It's a 1-point game. I'm with you. Again, there are so many venues in the NBA that you could call MSG South when they take over in Charlotte, Orlando, Miami. Vassell left wing 3 connects with a good driving kick from De'Aaron Fox. So from a 1-point game, it's back up to a 4-point San Antonio lead.
Fox has 7 assists so far, as does Castle. Those two are a dynamic duo.
1:20 left before halftime. Brunson up top finds Bridges, marked by Vassell. Hands to Anunoby, near side angle. Still the game high 16 points for OG. Kicks to Towns, far corner 3. Off the back rim, rebound tipped by Brunson. Almost knocked it in off glass, but it hit the front rim and then came to Fox. 5-on-4 the other way. Brunson slow to get back up. Castle spins in the paint, threw it out of bounds right baseline. Almost saved by Bridges, but he touched it last apparently. So it stayed with San Antonio.
I know things are happening quick in this ballgame, but it is so important that shooters get balance. I didn't think Karl-Anthony Towns was balanced on that last 3. I thought if he had just caught the ball, he would have had an opportunity to blow by Luke Cornett, who was trying to close out to the jump shot.
Towns entered tonight 12 of his last 24 from three-point range, by far his best shooting stretch of the season. Tonight he's 1 for 3, and Ariel Hukporti was initially coming into the game. Karl-Anthony Towns talking with the officials, and at first he was waving to the bench as if to say he wants to stay in. Now he is walking off the court and down the tunnel, presumably back toward the locker room. Didn't look like he was shaken up or injured or anything. Hope to see him back for the third quarter. Fox misses a driving left-hand layup. Rebound Cornett, kick out Champagny, front rim to left wing 3. Rebound Bridges, Knicks down 4. Brunson near side pump fake, gets to the left block. Now Anunoby driving, laying it up and in around Cornett. I think Anunoby had dunk on his mind when he took it to the cup, but he adjusted for a bank shot too, and 18 points for Anunoby.
That was a great pass by Jalen Brunson, the handoff, and then an incredible take by Anunoby.
Fox at the foul line, stripped by Hukporti. Long outlet Brunson, extra pass to Anunoby for a game-tying right-hand jam. It's 59 all.
The physicality continues to be a theme of this one. The second half is going to be a war of attrition for sure.
17 seconds to play, 11 to shoot. Let's go Knicks is the chant here in Vegas. NBA Cup Championship action. Fox right elbow, off the dribble jumper, got it over Hukporti with 6.7 to go. Long inbound to Hart, already across midcourt with 4 right wing. Off the dribble 3, short, rebound Bridges toward the far baseline, but he goes out of bounds with 0.2 to play. Nice little run for the Knicks. They were down by 7, came back to tie it before the pull-up jumper from Fox.
It's OG Anunoby's game-leading 20 points that have just been a monster for the Knicks.
Inbound with 0.2. It leads to a shot that will not count. And the Knicks will head to the locker room down by 2. 61-59 to score. Anunoby had a really nice game on Saturday. 24 points in the win over Orlando. And Monica said it. He's already got 20 here tonight. 8 for 10 from the field. And 3 of 5 from downtown. While the rest of the team is 3 of 13 from long range. If that keeps up, the Knicks will have a puncher's chance at the very least to come back and beat the San Antonio Spurs. 2 18-7 teams squaring off with some hardware on the line in the NBA Cup Championship game. Stay tuned for the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter and hosted by Pat O'Keefe. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours, so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you, it finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Pat O'Keefe.
And we've got a good one in Vegas as the Knicks and the Spurs battle for the NBA Cup. It is now time for the Knicks halftime report powered by ZipRecruiter, a game in which neither team is led by more than 7 points. It's a 2-point game at the half. San Antonio on top 61-59. A flurry at the end of the second quarter by the Knicks after they fell behind by 7. They came back to tie it on a back-to-back sequence by OG Anunoby, getting it done on both ends of the floor. In fact, speaking of OG Anunoby, it is time for the top-shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon.
Now Anunoby driving, laying it up and in around Cornet. I think Anunoby had dunk on his mind when he took it to the cup, but he adjusted for a bank shot too, and 18 points for Anunoby.
That was a great pass by Jalen Brunson, the handoff, and then an incredible take by Anunoby.
Fox at the foul line, stripped by Huckporty. Long outlet Brunson, extra pass to Anunoby for a game-tying right-hand jam. It's 59 all.
Well, you heard Tyler say Anunoby had dunk on his mind on the first basket. He had it on his mind on the second as well. Back-to-back buckets by OG Anunoby. That tied it at 59 in the final minute of the first half, punctuating a terrific first half for Anunoby. He's been great in the NBA Cup. In the semifinals the other night, he had 24 points. He's got 20, a game high so far tonight on 8 of 10 shooting. He's 3 for 5 from downtown. Also 3 assists in 20 minutes for OG Anunoby. And that was the top shelf performance of the game. Brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer and never watered down. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly. 61-59, Spurs lead the Knicks halftime of the NBA Cup. And Knicks fans, the action doesn't stop when the buzzer sounds. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Subscribe now and stay locked in. ESPN New York on YouTube. A balanced attack by San Antonio. Devin Vassell, 12 points leading the way. Luke Cornett has 10. He's 5 for 6 from the field and also has 4 offensive rebounds. They've gotten 9 points from De'Aaron Fox and 8 from Dylan Harper off the bench. Victor Wembanyama also coming off the bench for the second straight game. He's still on a minutes limit as he missed 12 games prior to returning to action on Saturday. Wembanyama, 10 first-half minutes, 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 blocked shot. For the Knicks, besides Anunoby's 20 points, Jalen Brunson has 15. Brunson had a combined 75 points over the previous 2 games in the knockout round, wins over Toronto and Orlando entering this one. Karl Anthony Towns on his way to perhaps a double-double, 9 points and 7 rebounds. The Knicks, as a team, shooting 45% from the field and 33% from downtown. This is the Knicks' first look at this San Antonio Spurs team. They are more than Victor Wembanyama. He's not at 100% right now, but they are deep and young and talented, and they have guys who can keep coming at you. And the Knicks and the Spurs going toe-to-toe so far in Las Vegas. Brunson 6 for 15 shooting in that first half. He does have 4 assists, but hasn't really been able to find one of those great rhythms that we have seen him get into over the last couple of games. Knicks fans, register for our Fan First program for an opportunity to receive early access to tickets, special offers, and more. Head to Knicks.com/fanfirst to register now. On the ZipRecruiter, on the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter, it's 61-59. The Knicks trailing the San Antonio Spurs, looking to raise the NBA Cup in Las Vegas tonight. It's been a week in Vegas, just about, for the entire organization. A lot of national attention focused on this event and this game in particular. And a lot of attention focused on the Knicks' terrific start to the season at 18-7. And again, the results of this game tonight will not factor into the Knicks' regular season record. So they'll be 18-7 after this game, no matter what happens in the second half. And at 18-7, they have the second best record in the Eastern Conference. They're 2.5 games behind first place Detroit, which is 20-5. And Karl Anthony Towns spoke about the hot start and specifically what has allowed the Knicks to have early success under Mike Brown.
I think it just falls down to the locker room, all those guys in that locker room willing to sacrifice and do whatever it takes to win. I think our team last year showed that in the playoffs when, it wasn't just one person, but a collective group of guys who were willing to make that one play needed to win the game, whether it was Mikal with a steal, obviously Jalen being the clutch player of the year, making a shot, OG dives on the floor for a loose ball, Mitchell Robinson gets the key offensive rebound. Deuce McBride, full court press, gets a steal. That one takes time off the game, but 2 gives us a chance to score and puts us in a better position. Landry Shamet, Cameron Payne. You could go down the list about, all the people who's really impacted winning for us last year. And I think, this team this year has the same philosophy. Whatever it takes to win, we'll do.
Karl Anthony Towns and the Knicks trailed the Spurs 61-59, halftime of the championship game of the NBA Cup. Now, if there's anyone on the Knicks who is used to adjusting to a new head coach and a new coaching staff, it's Cat, because this is his 3rd different head coach in his last 3 years. 2 years ago in Minnesota, he was coached by Chris Finch, and that Timberwolves team went to the Western Conference Finals. Last year, his first in New York, of course, he was coached by Tom Thibodeau and his staff, and now it's Mike Brown and his staff. And a lot of the assistant coaches on the Knicks this year remain from the staff last year, but a new regime, and Towns spoke about his adjustment to the new coaching staff.
Well, fortunately, I've had a lot of experience, and unfortunately, and going through that process so many times, I've always known that I got to control the man in the mirror first, and I have to be my best version so that when I come to the coach and we're building our relationship and we're going through the growing pains of learning, how to work with each other, that I'm presenting my best version. So we're working with a good foundation, and I think for me that's always been the focus. Make sure that I'm putting the work in, and make sure that I'm keeping a great positive mindset, and I'm letting that not only push the relationship between me and the coach forward, but also bringing great energy to our locker room for all of us that are trying to build that relationship with the coach, and try to make it a very inviting environment, and also an environment that is okay with questions being asked so that we can all grow together.
It has been a defensive-minded game so far as the Knicks look to win the NBA Cup championship in their first foray into the final round. The Knicks in the first half holding San Antonio to 47% shooting, and they're just 6 for 20 from downtown. Rebounds are even, 25-24 Knicks. The Knicks have 10 offensive rebounds leading to 12 second-chance points. San Antonio has 9 offensive rebounds leading to 12 second-chance points. A big difference so far is the performance off the bench. 18-5 scoring advantage in favor of the Spurs. And you would think that's largely because Victor Wembanyama is coming off the bench. Not necessarily. Wembanyama only with 4 points in the first half. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
We'll do it for the Knicks Halftime Report, powered by ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. Try ZipRecruiter free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Well, Knicks looking to hoist the NBA Cup in Vegas. Second half coming up with Tyler Murray and Monica McNutt. I'll be back with you on the post-game show. Spurs lead the Knicks at the break 61-59. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is coming right up.
New York City basketball fans, tonight's message is powered by Local 3 IBEW and NICA New York. In this city, they run the three-man weave. Local 3, NICA New York, and 125 years of union electricians delivering safe, skilled power. From hospitals and schools to transit, Madison Square Garden, and that skyline, they keep the lights on. They're training the next generation so the city never slows down. Local 3 IBEW and NICA New York, powering New York City. Always on, always leading the way.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Ready to let the good times cruise? Then you need a Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, a proud partner of the New York Knicks. Made with real iced tea, real vodka, and no bubbles. It's one wildly refreshing drink. Sun Cruiser goes great with the sun, the sand, the snow, and anywhere else your adventures take you. Stop by the waiting room in Rahway and enjoy a cold Sun Cruiser while watching any of the Knicks games. Sun Cruiser Beverage Company, Boston, Massachusetts. All nutritionals based on 12-ounce serving. Please drink responsibly.
When it's game time, it's Tully time. The start of the second half is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. And Monica, usually I'll have a specific thing to try to tee you up on as we begin the second half, but so much happened from so many different players in such a big game. I'm going to give you a blank slate. Floor is yours. What stood out about the first half? What do you want to see in the second half?
All right, so I think the thing that stood out for me in the first half was the intensity and the physicality that the Spurs played with. I'm curious if that is sustainable, right? Wemby didn't play a ton of minutes in that first half. He's already at 10 so far tonight, though, so what does that look like? On the Knicks end, I thought the Knicks did a really good job of withstanding the various runs by the Spurs. I'd like to see the Knicks shoot a little bit more shoot better, I should say. Shoot better from the three and get some quality looks up. But overall, I think these teams are really well evenly matched and strategic. OG Anunoby carrying the way, Jalen Brunson right behind with 15 and 4 assists. But this is a chess match between two really good teams with competitive players.
Can you get Mikal Bridges going a bit? He's 2 of 8. Does have 3 assists, but just 4 points so far. We've seen OG Anunoby be able to take advantage of some of the small forward matchup deficiencies that the Spurs have. It's going to be tough for Brunson against the athleticism of Castle and Fox and Harper, but we've seen him break down just about any matchup he's been faced with.
Well,
but are there advantages elsewhere on the court?
Yeah, and to that end, the thing about Castle being able to effectively guard
5 after a Jalen Brunson three-pointer, and they never led after that. That was all the way back in the first quarter, so the Spurs led wire to wire in the second quarter. Spurs will begin the basketball, and as expected, Victor Wembanyama begins the third quarter on the bench. Same starting 5 both ways as we begin things here in the second half. Spurs move right to left across your radio. Alongside engineer Ray Regal, I'm Dan Weiss. Thanks for joining us from T-Mobile Arena. And Aaron Fox nearly commits a turnover on the first possession of the second half, and then the Spurs do throw it into the backcourt, but they're going to say it was deflecting. And now a deep three from De'Aaron Fox is good on the right side in the face of the Knicks bench, and Spike Lee, who could not believe it, arguing that ball went into the backcourt undeterred by the Knicks. Instead, if the Spurs got away with one, they'll gladly take it. Fox knocks down his first 3. He's in double figs with a dozen. 64-59, opening minute here in the second half. And a foul on Castle, trying to fight through Jalen Brunson. That's going to be Steph's third.
A San Antonio foul has been assessed to number 5, Stephon.
First team foul, the second half. Fox right in the face of Jalen Brunson on that right wing side 3. Aaron, who shoots the triple at 39% this season. It's a good start for the Spurs. Would look like a bad beginning out of the timeout at the start of the second half. As Towns goes up, his shot blocked, and I call an offensive foul on Karl Anthony Towns. Lowering the shoulder and going down.
In this foul, it's an offensive foul charge to Karl Anthony
Towns. And kind of swinging that left elbow out there on Luke Cornett.
It's Spurs
turnover to the offensive foul on Towns. It's Towns first. And the Spurs take it up by 5, opening minute here of the second half. 64-59. Fox, pull-up 3 over Anunoby's good. De'Aaron Fox, back-to-back 3s to start the second half. And a quick 6 for him. It's the largest lead of the game for the Spurs, 67-59. 15 for Fox. It's a team high. Entry pass here into Towns. Right side Brunson. Kick out corner 3. Bridges. No good. Over the backboard. The Spurs with the ball. They've scored the first 6 here in the third quarter. 2 3s from De'Aaron Fox to start the second half. The Spurs with the ball. Now their largest lead of 8, 67-59. Castle between his legs. Castle past Brunson. Floats it up there for Cornett. Tried to tap it up and in. No. Brunson ahead to Hart. Hart nearly fumbled it away. Recovers. Now handed off to Towns, the trailer. Walking up to the three-point line, picked up by Barnes. Left side, Bridges. Anunoby at the hot hand of the first half goes up, lays it up, no, but a foul. It's going to be on De'Aaron Fox. Foul on Fox is going to be his third. So all 3 of the Spurs guards now with 3 fouls. Castle with 3, Fox with 3, and Dylan Harper on the bench with 3. And OG Anunoby, who had 20 in the opening half, will go to work here at the foul line. First free throw's up and good. 21 for OG Anunoby. Season high for Anunoby is 26 this year. Second free throw, good. He's got 22. He's 8 of 10 from the field, 3 of 5 from downtown. His leading scorer in the game. First points of the second half for the Knicks, 67-61. Castle floats it up. Cornett at the other end puts it down. Timeout, Mike Brown. Did not like the rotation defensively for the Knicks, and he's going to call a timeout and address it. 10:04 to play here in the third quarter. Spurs right now outscoring the Knicks 8-2 to start the second half, and they lead the game 69-61. Spurs Radio from the Emirates NBA Cup Final in Las Vegas continues in a moment.
The NBA is happening Christmas Day. 5 games, 1 unforgettable lineup.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Buckets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition.
Christmas is our day.
With star power from across the globe.
The stars, they are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
When Frost Bank first partnered with the Spurs 50 years ago, a lot of places around San Antonio sounded like this. And now they sound like... Frost's offices sounded like...
Frost National Bank.
And now...
Hi, thanks for calling Frost. How can I help you?
But some things never change. Frost, official bank of the San Antonio Spurs since 1973.
Good grief, Spurs fans. You don't want to miss this one. It's Peanuts Night on December 27th when your San Antonio Spurs take on the Utah Jazz. Show your team spirit and spread holiday cheer when you buy the Peanuts Fanny Pack ticket package. Grab it now on spurs.com/promotions. Season presented by H-E-B.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, the excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Belden Roofing Company is the official roofer of your San Antonio Spurs. For every three-pointer made by the Spurs from March 9th to the end of the season, Belden will be donating $25 to Spurs Give. Learn more of what Belden has to offer at Belden.com. Spurs with their largest lead of 8, 69-61. They've outscored the Knicks 8-2 here to start the third quarter. Let's check in for the first time this half back at the Spurs Radio Net Center with Carl.
Couple Wildcats in this top 25 matchup, and the ones that we care about are the ones of Sean Elliott and Carter Bryant. The Arizona Wildcats at the half lead the Abilene Christian Wildcats 51-31. Dan?
Knicks ball out of the timeout here. The Spurs have started well, and again, just kind of follows the blueprint for the Spurs. A night where everybody was kind of expecting to see what Victor Wembanyama would do for an encore after his performance against OKC. The night really, in many ways, has belonged to Luke Cornett's performance, particularly on the boards. De'Aaron Fox here, who's come out swinging in the second half. 2 threes for Fox, and the bucket on the other end of the alley-oop for Cornett. And the Spurs by 8, 69-61. Here's Towns backing it in against Castle at the foul line. Backing it in, backing into the paint, 6 to shoot. Castle doing a great job. Kick out from Towns into the corner. The three-pointer for Hart, no good. What a great job by Castle there against the bigger Towns. And now Steph getting downhill in the paint. Kick out to Barnes. HB for 3. No. But Barnes, one of these is going to go down for Harrison here in Las Vegas before the night's done. Anunoby off to Hart. In the corner, Bridges. His three-pointer's good. Mikal Bridges, his first 3 of the night. He's just 3 of 10 from the field. He's got 7. 69-64, Knicks 7 of 21 from downtown. Spurs are 8 of 23. Fox. Screen from Barnes. Now Brunson switching on him. Back to Barnes. Barnes at the elbow. Spots Castle. Extra pass. Vassell left wing 3. In and out. Barnes offensive rebound. Goes back up. Scores. Count the basket and the foul. Harrison Barnes sneaking in. He's going to get a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Spurs doing their part on the glass here tonight. They've hung tough with the Knicks. That's their 10th offensive rebound. They have 14 second chance points to the Knicks 12. So again, those hustle points so key here tonight for the Spurs, and at least staying par with the Knicks. It's allowed them to keep this lead as Barnes completes a three-point play the old-fashioned way, and he's got 9. 72-64. 8-point lead again for the Spurs. Brunson out of his hands to Hart. Anunoby a step past Vassell. Out of the baseline, 13 to shoot. Backing it in, spots Bridges, back out to Hart. Shoveled off to Brunson. Straight away 3 over Cornette. No good. Rebound, loose control by Vassell. Vassell running the floor on the right side. Spots Fox. Fox almost walked into a 3. Now we'll hang on here. Now we'll shoot the 3. No good. Brunt rimmed it. Kind of a little bit out of rhythm there. Looked like he was going to walk into the 3, then tried to force one over Brunson. Brunson runs into Barnes. Brunson picks it back up, floats it over Cornette, up and around and good for Jalen Brunson. He's got 17, 72-66. Castle back in the front court, poked at by Hart. Brunson now switched out on Castle. Now Hart will take his spot. Screen Cornette. Castle in the paint. Castle floats it up. No, as Castle got bumped. Was looking for a foul. No call. Here comes Hart in transition. Spots Bridges. Goes up. Lays it up. No. Rebound Towns. And now we are going to get a whistle and a foul.
San Antonio fouls for assistant number 24.
Evan Vassell's going to pick up the foul on Bridges. Spurs were wondering where the foul was at the other end of the floor with Castle going hard. Swipe down there by Vassell. Did get Bridges on the arm with the foul line. First free throws up and good. Bridges now with 8. Victor Wembanyama is going to check back in here momentarily. First a timeout though for Mitch Johnson to do some, I guess, yelling, so to speak, at this officiating crew. Not happy with that last call. We'll take the SWBC timeout with the coach. 7:58 to go here in the third quarter. 72-67. This is Spurs Radio.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Licensee partner Amelia Bell Casino.
Kia is the official automotive partner of the NBA. And we think about basketball a lot. The plays, the swagger, the glory, the game. And how we can elevate our own game with capability that takes us to another level and ground clearance that propels us even higher. The 3-row 2025 Kia Telluride X-Line all-wheel drive. Kia, official automotive partner of the NBA. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
I'm Steve Naylor. We're a manufacturer in the HVAC business. The reason why we've been with Amegy Bank all this time is because they meet our needs. They're very responsive and they react quickly. We can call them up anytime and they work really hard to get us what we need. They are absolutely invested. Amegy Bank is very involved with what we're doing and they want to hear our story and they want to know how they can help us. They make you feel like you're part of the family.
Amegy Bank. Here, you grow. A division of Zions Bank Corporation N.A. member FDIC.
What is it like to have the same healthcare team as elite athletes? It's world class. At UT Health San Antonio, the official sports medicine partner of the San Antonio Spurs, we provide you the same leading care as we do for the team and our other sports partners like the UTSA Roadrunners. Our team does everything it takes to get your best game on. Find a UT Health San Antonio physician at everythingittakes.org.
7:58 to go here in the third. Spurs lead it by 5, 72-67. Dell Technologies has our farm report. And the Austin Spurs continuing on through their G League Winter Showcase. 12-2 atop the South Division. Had their winning streak snapped in Frisco the other night, falling to the Texas Legends, 126-122. Jaden Nunn, 28 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Former Trailblazer Delano Banton had 35 points and 13 assists to lead the Texas Legends. The Spurs, the San Antonio Spurs that is, also made a roster move involving the Austin Spurs over the weekend as they released Riley Minix from his two-way contract and they signed Kyle Menges of the Austin Spurs to a two-way contract as well. So some news up I-35 at the HEB Center in Cedar Park as Kyle Menges is the new owner of a two-way contract for the San Antonio Spurs. One more free throw coming up here for Bridges as Mitch Johnson got his money's worth there out of that timeout, getting his voice into the officiating crew, primarily to Brent Barnicky. Was not happy on the missed call at the other end on Stephon Castle going to the basket. You could argue that Castle is not getting a lot of calls here as he's been driving to the bucket here tonight. One more free throw coming up for Bridges. The Knicks as a team are 8 of 11 from the line and now 9 of 12. Spurs are 8 of 11 as Bridges sinks them both. Back to a 4-point game. Neither team can really get any separation here. Victor Wembanyama is back in the game for the Spurs. 72-68. Lobbed over the top. Wembanyama handed back to Fox. Fox, his kick-out pass picked off. Turnover number 5 against the Spurs. Brunson to Towns. Open right wing 3. In and out. Spurs dodge a bullet there. That's a good look for Towns. Castle back into the front court, handing it off here to Vassell. Straight away picked up by Brunson. Vassell lobs it up. Wembanyama reverse jam at the other end. Finishing the oop from Devin Vassell. It's our Methodist healthcare assist. 6 for Wembanyama. And Devin's first assist of the night is a memorable one. And now an offensive foul called on OG Anunoby. And that's going to be number 4 on him. Oh, it's on Hart. They call Hart for being tangled up there. Not Anunoby, who got spilled to the floor. It's Hart's third instead of Anunoby. As Dylan Harper will check back in here for the Spurs.
And the Spurs
So we'll have a seat on the bench. 74-68 off that Knick turnover. Castle. Step pass off into the right side. Vassell open 3, no good. Rebound poked by Harper, back out. Victor thought about the 3, now attacks. Kick out to Harper. D. Harp in the paint. Fall away jumper is up and around, no good, but he's fouled, and Dylan Harper will get free throws. As Bridges picks up the foul. Oh, it is on Hart again. Hart does get back-to-back fouls. He's got 4 fouls. Dylan Harper will go to the line for the first time tonight. Harper at 8 points in the first half in 14 minutes. First free throw is around and good. Dylan Harper this season, 70% from the line, 34-48. Jordan Clarkson checks back in. Spurs bench 21 points to just 5 for the Knicks, and figured this would be an area that the Spurs could exploit New York, who typically only go about 3 or 4 deep off their bench, as Harper makes both free throws. Pushes the lead back to 8, 76-68. Knicks without Miles McBride, Deuce McBride as they call him, out with a left ankle sprain, and no Landry Shamet tonight. He's out with a right shoulder sprain. Towns, as Wembanyama goes for the steal, shoveled off to Brunson. Brunson dancing on Wembanyama into the corner. Anunoby, 5 to shoot. Anunoby attacking in the paint. Anunoby goes up with the left hand. No, Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Steps on Anunoby, but got it out of his hands to Barnes. Numbers for the Spurs. Harper downhill over Towns. Count the basket. And the Spurs have the first double-digit lead of the game. 78-68. 12 for Dylan Harper. Brunson. Kick out, left wing Clarkson. Sneaks underneath Harper, floats it up, no good. Wembanyama lost the rebound out of his hands. Harper tried to save it, but he's out of bounds. And the Knicks will keep possession. Good hustle there by Dylan off to the right side by the Spurs bench. So the Knicks will inbound. Again, since Victor Wembanyama has checked into the game, the Spurs have gone +6 here to go from a 4-point lead to up 10, 78-68 with 6:15 to go here in the third. Bridges inbounding, Brunson back to Bridges, lets Vassell fly by, kicks it out, Towns straightaway 3, good. Karl Anthony Towns hits his second 3 of the night. He's got 12 points, 78-71. Castle, Clarkson on his back, bumping off of Bridges, puts it up, no, loose one, up, as Castle wrestling it free, back to Vassell. Vassell, kick out, Harper, left wing 3 on the way, yes sir! Dylan Harper drains the left wing 3, and 1 as Castle gets spilled underneath. And it's going to be an opportunity for a 4-point play for the Spurs. Harper makes his third 3 of the night, and Castle, what a hustle play, ripping it away from Karl Anthony Towns to the kick out, and Dylan Harper cans the 3. So the ninth made 3 of the night for the Spurs. They're 9 of 27. The Knicks are 8 of 24. Castle goes to the line for a chance at a 3-point play, or 4-point play, beg your pardon. And a chance for the Spurs to build their lead to 11. Dylan Harper, what a night, 15 off the bench in 15 minutes. Has had the three-point stroke going, 3 of 5 from downtown. Castle completes the four-point play, the old-fashioned way, I guess. Castle's got 8, 82-71. Spurs the largest lead of 11. Brunson cut off by Steph. Brunson going to work here against Harper, puts it up with the left hand, around and out, no. Towns offensive rebound, puts it back up and in. Towns trailing the play, he's got 14, 9 rebounds for Towns. 9-point game, 82-73. Harper straight away, left side, Wembanyama puts it to the floor. Victor going to work. Victor cut off by Towns, forcing it up, no good. Rebound Bridges. It's a win on the defensive end there for the Knicks. Brunson shoveling it back to Towns, steps past Victor. Towns going underneath, slapped out by Castle. Towns picks it back up and scores. 82-75, timeout Mitch Johnson. Spurs got it up to 11, and the Knicks back-to-back buckets to bring it down to 7. 82-75, 5:06 remaining here in quarter number 3. We'll keep things right here at T-Mobile Arena, as once again, I tell you that the holiday season's in full swing, Spurs fans. We're ready to turn the Frost Bank Center into a cozy winter celebration. The Ugly Sweater Night presented by Frost. This coming Thursday, not tomorrow, as that was the originally scheduled game, but changed to Thursday. Spurs host the Washington Wizards. Tip-off at 7. Fans can join the festivities by purchasing the long-sleeve ticket package. There are only 250 long-sleeve packages available, so grab yours today. Text Ugly to 210-444-5940 for details, or go to spurs.com/promotion. So that is Thursday night, Spurs and the Wizards, 7 o'clock. And then right back on the plane after the game for the Spurs, they're off to Atlanta, State Farm Arena, Friday night, 6:30, Spurs and the Atlanta Hawks. They'll get a day off on Saturday as they'll head to Washington, D.C. once again to meet the Wizards. Sunday night game from our nation's capital. Back home to host Oklahoma City on the front end of a home-and-home Tuesday night at the Frost Bank Center. And then Christmas Day in Oklahoma City at the Paycom Center on a nationally televised broadcast on ABC. 82-75, 5:06 remaining here in quarter number 3. 7-point lead for the Spurs, led by as many as 11 and have led since the 1-minute mark of the opening quarter. Out of the timeout, Julian Champagne's back into the game here for the Spurs. Out there with Vassell, Castle, Harper, Wembanyama. Castle spotting Vassell underneath. Vassell goes up, he's blocked by Anunoby, and Tyler Kolek just into the game, keeps it alive for the Knicks. Big block there by Anunoby. Brunson. Mitchell Robinson into the game as well for New York. Shovels it off to Robinson, gets it back at the foul line. 12 to shoot. Pass over to the right side, Kolek in the paint, floats it up with the left hand and scores. Nicely done by Tyler Kolek, he's got 5. Last 6 belong to the Knicks. Back within 5, 82-77. 4:28 to play. Castle back into the front court, picked up by Clarkson. Castle trying to cross up Clarkson. Castle into the paint, goes up with the left hand, scores! Pretty! Stephon Castle downhill, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Brunson back the other direction. Brunson picked up by Vassell, picks up the dribble. Off to the left wing, Clarkson. 10 to shoot, Clarkson against Vassell. Shoveled off here to Brunson. 6 to shoot for Brunson. Double team comes on him. Into the hands of Kolek underneath. Floats it up over Wembanyama. No. Came up short. Victor grabs the rebound. Kolek kind of short-armed out with Victor in the vicinity. Doesn't get credit for a block, but that's basically what it was. And then Robinson nearly pokes it away from Victor. Wembanyama recovers. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Here's Castle underneath. Runs into Anunoby. Lost the ball. Last touch by OG. And it'll stay Spurs ball. And again, Kolek goes up. Wembanyama doesn't hit that. But again, just kind of short arms it with Victor in the vicinity. And probably a bucket that Tyler Kolek makes 9 out of 10 times. But that long reach of Victor Wembanyama just doing some more things to impact the game.
And number 25,
Mikal Bridges will come on in here for Jalen Brunson. Brunson heads off. Brunson leaves 17 points. 5 assists here tonight. Wembanyama, right elbow against Robinson with a left hand, puts it up, no. And Champagne trying to keep it alive, but Bridges will take it down on the baseline. Outlet to Kolek, left wing brings it back into the front court here for the Knicks. Down by 7, Kolek, pass out to Bridges right side. Bridges going up, puts it off the window for 2. Dale Bridges now with 11, 84-79, Spurs by 5, 3:13 to play third quarter. D. Hart, hands off to Steph, Castle behind his back, Wembanyama launching the 3, Victor Wembanyama's first 3 of the night, he's got 9. An 8-point game, 87-79 with 3 minutes to play. That's three-pointer number 22 of the season for Victor Wembanyama, and it looked pure as soon as it left his hand. 9 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block for Wemby in his 15 minutes tonight. Kolek handing it off to Robinson. Back to Bridges, poked away by Champagne, he's got the steal. Champagne brushing off Bridges, puts it up with the right hand, no. Castle trying to keep it alive, he does. Forcing it up, Wembanyama at the other end, puts it down. Victor Wembanyama, another Methodist Healthcare assist for Steph Castle. He's got 10 assists. Wembanyama's got 11. It's back to a 10-point game. 89-79. Kolek out to Bridges. Into the right corners, Clarkson going inside, putting it up. Blocked by Wembanyama, but I think he got it on the way down. He did. It's goaltend against Victor Wembanyama. Count the basket for Clarkson. He's got 4, 89-81. What a play by Castle. Just floated it up to Victor at the other end, receiving it and putting it down. And Castle's got 10 assists here in the game tonight. 9 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds for Steph Castle. Spurs basketball up 8, 89-81, 2:15 to play. Back to Harper. Harper going downhill, puts it up, blocked by Robinson. Kick out Champagne. Wembanyama relaunching the 3, got it! Victor Wembanyama hits the strings. He's come to life here in the second half. Spurs by 11, 92-81, 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Kolek using the screen from Robinson. Kick out to the right side is Clarkson. His three-pointer on the way, good. Clarkson's first 3 of the night, he's got 7, back to an 8-point game. 92-84 with a minute 44 to play. Castle. Wembanyama rolling to the bucket. Castle to the right elbow, brushing off Kolek. Sweep through move by Castle, floats it up. No, Wembanyama trying to keep it alive. Or Keldon Johnson, beg your pardon, just in the game, could not. Here come the Knicks. Kolek spots at the 3-point line. Shot is good. Tyler Kolek makes his second 3 of the night, and just like that, back to a 5-point game. 92-87. Spike Lee loves it on the baseline, or on the sideline, I guess, rather, in front of the Knicks bench. Castle, Wembanyama, right elbow picked up by Robinson. Pull-up jumper for Victor's good. Victor Wembanyama in the face of Mitchell Robinson. And Victor's got 16, 95-87. Here's Kolek taking it to the baseline. Shovels it out to Clarkson. Right wing 3 is up, no good. Rebound is Keldon Johnson and Robinson collide. It's off Robinson. It'll be Spurs ball. Luke Cornett will come back on with De'Aaron Fox. What a shift there by Victor Wembanyama, as he goes for 12 points in 7 minutes. And Victor in that run was 5 of 7 from the field and knocks down 2 3-pointers. 14 points there. Make it 12 points rather for Victor Wembanyama in that little 7-minute rotation. That's certainly got the Jackals excited. Cornett and Fox back in with Harper, Keldon Johnson, and Julian Champagne. Spurs ball under a minute to go, third quarter. 7-point lead, 94-87. D. Hart. Kolek guarding him. D. Hart behind his back, getting around Kolek. Scooping it up, no good. Rebound tapped into the hands of Kolek. Shoveled off to Brunson, back into the game. Brunson past Champagne, lays it up with the right hand for 2. 94-89, Brunson's got 19. Knicks execute on the 2 for 1. There's a 4-second difference, game clock and the shot clock. 94-89, Fox at the midcourt stripe. Shot clock at 13. Jackals getting loud Fox, a screen from Keldon Johnson. Clarkson, the Knicks had a foul to give as Clarkson will take it.
Vegas foul being charged 2-0 on Jordan Clarkson.
First foul on Clarkson. First foul in the last 2 minutes again. Spurs also have a foul to give. We got some substitutes both ways coming in. OG Anunoby's going to come back in here for New York. Devin Vassell going to come back in here for Luke Cornett with 11 seconds to go as the shot clock now off. Spurs can take this down to the final possession here of the third quarter. Inbound into Fox. Down to 7 in the quarter. Fox, here comes the double team on him. Out of his hands to Johnson. Out to Vassell. 1 to shoot. Devin from the foul line. Good if it goes. It's short. And that's how the third quarter ends. Spurs led it by 2 at the half. They pushed that lead to as many as 11 a couple times there in that third quarter, but another third quarter win for the Spurs nonetheless, as they lead it 94-89 going to the fourth quarter in Las Vegas with the Emirates NBA Cup on the line. 36 minutes down, 12 to play here in Las Vegas. Spurs Radio continues in a moment.
At In-N-Out, our hamburgers are made with the highest quality ingredients, made fresh and by hand, made with a smile, and made to order just for you.
Hey Spurs family, it's time to rock those ugly sweaters. Join us Tuesday, December 17th as your San Antonio Spurs take on the Washington Wizards. Snag the ugly sweater long sleeve ticket package presented by Frost and rep your Spurs pride in holiday style. Wear your holiday best or worst and make memories at Frost Bank Center. Get your tickets now at spurs.com/promotions. Season presented by HEB.
The NBA is happening Christmas Day. 5 games, 1 unforgettable lineup.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Buckets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition.
Christmas is our day.
With star power from across the globe.
The stars, they are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, the excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
At In-N-Out, our hamburgers are made with the highest quality ingredients, made fresh and by hand, made with a smile, and made to order just for you.
To the final 12 minutes we go here in Las Vegas with the Spurs on top by 5, 94-89 after winning that third quarter 33-30. Take a look at the Bet365 stats for this game. Spurs shooting 45% as they shot 42% in that third quarter. They're 11 of 29 from downtown. The Knicks 47%. They shot 52% in that third quarter, 10 of 27 from downtown. Victor Wembanyama, 12 of his 16 points coming in that third quarter, 10 of them coming in a 2-minute stretch. He's all of a sudden the Spurs' leading scorer. 5 Spurs in double figures in this game, 16 for Wembanyama, 15 for Dylan Harper, 15 for De'Aaron Fox, 12 apiece for Devin Vassell and Luke Cornett. OG Anunoby's got a game-high 22, Jalen Brunson with 19, Karl Anthony Towns in the double-double with 16 points and 10 rebounds. Steph Castle flirting with a triple-double, 9 points, 11 assists, and 6 rebounds. And so to the fourth quarter we go. It'll be Knick basketball. Spurs lead it by 5, 94-89. Start the fourth quarter with Victor Wembanyama on the bench. And a small ball 5 here for the Spurs. Actually, Victor Wembanyama is going to be on the floor here to start this fourth quarter. Out there with Keldon Johnson, Dylan Harper, Julian Champagnie, and De'Aaron Fox. Knicks counter with Jalen Brunson, Tyler Kolek, Mitchell Robinson, Jordan Clarkson, and OG Anunoby. Here's Brunson sneaking underneath Fox. Kick out over to Clarkson. He'll get it back to Brunson and on the shot clock. Screen from Clarkson. Brunson with Champagnie defending him. Brunson, shot clock at 3. Pull up over Champagnie, in and out. Rebound secured by Robinson. Kick out back to Clarkson in the left corner. Fresh 14 here for the Knicks. Clarkson trying to turn the corner. Shot clock at 7. Backing it in on Harper. Going up with the right hand over Wembanyama. No good. Another offensive rebound. Clarkson puts it up. Nope. Finally, the putback from Mitchell Robinson. They had 4 shot attempts on that possession and finally put it home. 94-91 first points of the game for Mitchell Robinson. 1 possession game. Fox to Wembanyama. Victor out top. Left wing here, Keldon Johnson. Back to Victor. Straight away, 3 is up. No good. Rebound, Jalen Brunson. Knicks can get to within 1 or tie on this possession. Brunson in the paint, floats it up, short again. Robinson there goes up. He's blocked by Wembanyama, gets his own, kicks it back out. 13 on the shot clock. Clarkson steps into a 3. Good. And we are tied at 94. It is only the 6th tie in the game. First time we've been tied since it was 28. And now a steal by the Knicks. Brunson down the floor, 3-on-2. Kick out Anunoby, corner pocket 3, no good. Robinson offensive board. Clarkson relaunch is good. Timeout, Mitch Johnson. Knicks have opened it up here in this 4th quarter. It's an 8-0 run, and they've got their first lead since it was 28-25. 8 unanswered for the Knicks to start quarter number 4. 97-94, 10:27 to play. 4th quarter here in Las Vegas. Spurs Radio continues in a moment.
San Antonio has 4 seasons. Almost summer. Summer. Still summer. And basketball. Thank goodness it's here. Frostbank, proud partner of the San Antonio Spurs, proud San Antonians.
Dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but catching them from the hardwood is a whole different experience. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the San Antonio Spurs and the NBA. From seeing your favorite Spurs stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood, nothing compares to catching the game in person. Even if you're headed to the arena last minute, you can still score tickets at Ticketmaster. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Spurs. See you courtside, San Antonio.
Tune in to San Antonio's First News every weekday from 5 to 9 a.m. for the news that affects your world.
Along with traffic and weather together, and every Wednesday, your chance to win Spurs tickets on Wembanyama Wednesday.
All the big breaking stories, the local stories, international stories, and of course, the latest from Capitol Hill and the Trump administration. We'll see you bright and early every weekday morning at 5 a.m.
At SWBC, we believe financial success hinges on teamwork. We've built a legacy on it, partnering with businesses across Texas to help Texans achieve their financial goals. With a comprehensive suite of personal and commercial services, we're here to support whatever journey you're on. From expert property tax services and HR solutions to protecting your future with insurance, investment strategies, and succession planning, we've got you covered. Because great things happen when we move forward together. SWBC, a proud sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs.
An 8-0 run for the Knicks to open quarter number 4 gives them their first lead since it was 28-25 with 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. It's 97-94 Knicks. And the man that Sean Elliott irrationally fears, the Wagner High School product himself, Jordan Clarkson, 2 threes here in this 4th quarter, 13 in total for the game in his 19 minutes. Let's get an update from Carl Schoening back at the Spurs Radio Net Center.
Halftime in the Salute to Veterans Bowl where the Troy Trojans lead the Jacksonville State Gamecocks 13-7, Dan.
Let's see how the Spurs respond here out of the timeout. Victor Wembanyama on the floor. The Knicks started crashing the boards. And already here in this 4th quarter, they have 6 offensive rebounds that have turned into 8 second chance points. 18 offensive rebounds total for the Knicks tonight, 27 second chance points, and the Knicks now out rebounding the Spurs in total, 43-36. And that was my number 1 key tonight, how to keep the Knicks off the glass. Spurs with the ball, Harrison Barnes back in along with De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, Victor Wembanyama, and Julian Champagnie. And the Spurs now down for the first time since the first quarter, 97-94. Fox, left elbow, forcing a shot up, no, but he's fouled from behind. And if it's OG Anunoby, it's his 4th.
Number 8, OG
It is Anunoby. So he's got 4. Josh Hart has 4. No Spur has 4, but the 3 guards, Castle, Fox, and Harper each have 3. As Fox will get back to the foul line for his 5th and 6th free throws of the night. First free throw for the Aaron's up and good. 16 points for Fox tonight. It was 25 minutes, 8 assists, and a steal. Spurs as a team tonight are 12 of 15 from the line. The Knicks are 9 of 12. Right now the Knicks, that little flurry there by Jordan Clarkson, winning the 3-point line by 3, 12 to 11. Second free throw from Fox is around, no good. He's missed 2 tonight from the stripe. 97-95, Knicks by 2. Almost 2 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Brunson picked up in midcourt there by Harper. Double team comes to Brunson, out of his hands to Clarkson, back to Brunson. Brunson with Fox poking at it. Here's the screen from Robinson. Brunson off right side, Clarkson around Harper. Clarkson, right elbow jumper, no good. Rebound to Harper. They'll push it back. Victor running the floor. Harper getting into the paint. Harper kick out. HB corner pocket 3. No good. Ooh, that was the one you kind of figured Barnes might finally knock down. But he's missed all 4 of his threes tonight. He's missed all 12 of them here in Vegas. Kolek goes underneath. Tough pass. Got it to Robinson and he missed the shot. The Knicks get the offensive board. And Anunoby 3 is good. Somehow Robinson missed a bunny at the rim. The ball got knocked out to Anunoby, who knocks down his 4th 3 of the night. And the Knicks have matched their largest lead of 5, 195. Fox picked up by Kolek. Fox whips into the corner. Barnes going to the baseline, forces up the shot. No, but he's fouled on the baseline by Brunson. It'll be Brunson's second.
And the Knicks fouls bring assessed to number 11, Jalen Brunson.
2 free throws coming up for Harrison Barnes.
Second, Knicks team foul.
Another offensive rebound for the Knicks and more second chance points. Now 19 offensive boards and 30 second chance points for the Knicks here tonight as Barnes goes to the line. Spurs down 5, almost 3 minutes gone here in the fourth. First free throws up and good. Barnes tonight now in double figures. He's the 6th Spur in double figures this evening. Fox and Wembanyama leading the way with 16 apiece. OG Anunoby's got a game-high 25. He's 1 off his season high. Wembanyama and Harper go back to the bench. And into the game are Luke Cornett and Devin Vassell for the Spurs. Second free throw good for Barnes. He's got 11. 3-point game, 197. Knicks basketball. Fourth quarter of the Emirates NBA Cup. Championship game here in Las Vegas. Brunson, as the double team comes to him, now sags back. Screen Robinson, Brunson. With Robinson rolling, pull-up jumper from the elbows, good for Jalen Brunson. And this is his time, the fourth quarter. He's Mr. Clutch for the Knicks, 102-97. Fox is Mr. Clutch for the Spurs. Back to Champagnie. Right wing 3 on the way, in and out. Bridges the rebound. That goes down more times than not for Champagnie. Not this time, though. Bridges. Robinson back to Mikal Bridges. Poked out by Fox. Bridges. Kick out. Tyler Kolek gets around Champagnie. In the paint. Kolek back out to Bridges. Right wing 3. No good. And it goes over the backboard out of bounds. It'll be Spurs ball. Shooting night for Bridges. He's just 4 of 12 from the field. 1 of 5 from downtown. Knicks as a team are 13 of 33. Steph Castle's back in. Fox to the bench.
Now number 5, Stephon Castle in for
Castle, Vassell, Cornett, Barnes, and Champagnie. 8:20 to play. Spurs down 5. Barnes, right wing guarded there by Brunson. Over to Vassell. Vassell steps to the right elbow, pull-up jumper, around and out, no good. Rebound Mitchell Robinson. Into the hands of Jalen Brunson. Brunson. Robinson comes to set the screen. Brunson using it, getting into the paint, pull-up jumper over Vassell, banks it in off the window. 23 for Brunson. Largest lead of the game for the Knicks, 104-97, under 8 minutes to play. Castle walks it up here. They get into action with Vassell now on the left side. Castle will hand it off to Cornett out beyond the arc. Cornett back to Steph. Left wing 9 on the shot clock. Castle whips it over to Champagnie. Left wing 3 all alone is up. Counted! Or no, wave it off. Call an offensive foul on Luke Cornett.
No shot, an offensive foul's been charged to number 24.
No, it's on Vassell. Vassell picks up the foul. That's his second. Mitch Johnson not happy with that call.
And the San Antonio Spurs.
Now Now, the Spurs calling timeout to call timeout, and they calling timeouts to challenge this. They will take a timeout to challenge this foul call. Interesting. All right, Spurs going to take a timeout. It looked like, if anything, Cornette ran into player down to the bucket. All right, they're going to challenge the offensive foul. We'll take a timeout. Let you know the result. 104-97 is the current score. Spurs down 7, 7:40 to play. Spurs Radio continues in a moment.
At In-N-Out, our hamburgers are made with the highest quality ingredients, made fresh and by hand, made with a smile, and made to order just for you.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, the excitement never ends. Visit Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel in Eagle Pass, Texas, and find current promotions at LuckyEagleTexas.com or on social at Lucky Eagle Texas.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
This winter, experience the ultimate rock Christmas tradition. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert. Presenting the Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. Sunday, December 21st, 2 shows at 3 and 7:30 p.m. The Frostbank Center. An awe-inspiring blend of rock, classical, and holiday music for the entire family. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Sunday, December 2 shows at 3 and 7:30 p.m. The Frostbank Center. Don't miss this season's most exciting concert experience. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
At In-N-Out, our hamburgers are made with the highest quality ingredients, made fresh and by hand, made with a smile, and made to order just for you.
104-97, Knicks by 7 as we await the word from Mark Davis here on the challenge by Mitch Johnson, who, by the way, also picked up a technical foul right before we went to break. A technical foul against Mitch Johnson. And again, it almost looked like they called the foul on Devin Vassell, but I think the foul, if anything, would have been on Luke Cornette. Tyler Kolek taking what would have been the charge. I think they messed that up in terms of who the foul was on.
Upon review, it's been determined that the defender does not establish a lead guard position in the path of the offensive player. Therefore, this is a successful challenge. It's been ruled a blocking foul. Although San Antonio will be charged their timeout, and they do have an additional challenge. During the timeout, a technical foul was assessed to the coach of the Spurs.
Okay, so it came before the three-pointer for Julian Champagnie, so there's no bucket for Champagnie. It is a foul on Tyler Kolek instead of what would have been Luke Cornette instead of Devin Vassell. Jalen Brunson misses the technical, but now it's Spurs ball here. And it's the third team foul against the Knicks here in the fourth quarter. Keep that in mind. 2 more, they'll be over the limit. Spurs will be shooting free throws. So Spurs ball here down 7, 7:40 to play. Castle will trigger the inbound. It's to Cornette, back here to Steph, turning the corner. Castle, downhill, goes up with the right hand, scores. Castle got a 3, sticks it up and in. He's got a double-double tonight, 11 points, 11 assists. 104-99, 7.5 to play. Brunson Picked up by Champagny. 15-5 run here for the Knicks to start quarter number 4. Brunson, 10 on the shot clock. Brunson nearly lost his footing. Picks it back up. 6 to shoot. Whips it over to Kolek. Left wing 3. No good. Long rebound. Clarkson. Extra possession for the Knicks. Brunson back into the paint. Floats it up. No. Robinson puts it up and in on the rebound. The offensive glass killing the Spurs here in this fourth quarter. 106-99. That is now 9 offensive rebounds in the quarter for the Knicks. Castle goes up, floats it up. No, there's Cornette putting it back up and in. Offensive rebound for Luke Cornette. That's his 4th offensive rebound in the game. Cornette's got 14, 106-101. Brunson with the screen from Robinson. Brunson holding Castle on his back, floating it up for Robinson, turned it over. Barnes snuck in front, picked it off. Spurs running the floor. Barnes back over to Castle, right side. 6:28 to play. Spurs down 5, 106-101. Castle hiding behind the screen. Castle against Brunson. Goes up. He's fouled by Brunson, and Castle will get free throws. 3rd foul on Jalen Brunson. That's the 4th team foul as well against the Knicks. Knicks when they're over the limit. Spurs will shoot free throws the rest of the game. When do the Spurs put Victor Wembanyama back in? He's already played his 20 minutes so far tonight. Mitch Johnson alluded 4-5. 6:22 remaining. Castle will go to the line here for a couple of free throws. First one for Steph is good. Castle tonight 4-4 at the line. 12 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 6 rebounds. OG Anunoby back into the game as Mikal Bridges will head off. One more free throw coming up for Castle. Robinson has been effective tonight on the offensive glass, to say the least. He has got 15 rebounds in this game. Second free throw by Castle is a miss. And of his 15 total rebounds, 10 of them have been of the offensive variety. It's been a handful for the Spurs here. 1-2 for Castle, 4-point game. Brunson crossing up Champagny, slips past Champagny. Pocket pass underneath, and Kolek there to scoop it up and in around Cornette. Tyler Kolek, he's in double figures with 10, 108-102. 6-point game. Castle looking inside for Barnes, picked off by Clarkson. Turnover by the Spurs. Here come the Knicks. Spurs' 7th turnover of the night. Knicks have turned it over 9 times. Under 6 to play. Wembanyama still on the bench for the Spurs. Anunoby. Right wing 3 was blocked out of his hands. OG gets it back, floats it up. No, loose ball picked up by Barnes. Outlet Champagny whips it across Vassell. Into the right corner. Castle spots for 3. Yes, sir! Big time bucket, Stephon Castle. It's his first 3 of the night. It couldn't have come at a bigger time. 108-105, 15 for Castle. 5:13 to play, 1 possession game. Brunson, screen from Clarkson. Brunson gives it back to Clarkson, steps underneath Castle, floats it up and in. 15 for Jordan Clarkson, 8 in the fourth quarter. 110-105. Vassell on the right side, back to Barnes. Barnes steps through Kolek. Barnes decelerates, tries to go underneath there for Cornette, and he missed him with a pass. It's a turnover. And now Wembanyama is off the bench. Substitutes coming on. Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, Victor Wembanyama all coming on. Towns back into the game for New York. Mitchell Robinson leaving with 15 rebounds, 10 on the offensive glass tonight. 10 of the 22 offensive rebounds tonight for the Knicks. 110-105. Knicks with the lead in the basketball. 4:49 to play. Kolek, who's been huge here in the fourth quarter, along with Jordan Clarkson, gets it ahead to Brunson on the left side. Picked up by Fox in the hash marks. Kolek setting the screen, switched on now to Harper. Brunson between his legs, 7 to shoot. Here comes the double team. Out of his hands, Clarkson, wide open 3, no good. Spurs dodge a bullet. Harper secures the rebound. Brings it up the floor. Harper, back to Victor. Walks into a 3 straight away. Front rim dig. Knicks with a rebound. Brunson will slow things down as we're in clutch time. Brunson, Vassell guarding him. The double team coming and a timeout taken by the Knicks. A 4:09 to play. We'll take the timeout here. SWBC timeout, 110-105. Knicks by 5, 4:09 to go. Spurs Radio continues in a moment.
Kia is the official automotive partner of the NBA. And we think about basketball a lot. The plays, the swagger, the glory, the game. And how we can elevate our own game with capability that takes us to another level. And ground clearance that propels us even higher. The 3-row 2025 Kia Telluride X-Line all-wheel drive. Kia, official automotive partner of the NBA. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Severe stomach cramps, trouble breathing, back pain? Don't diagnose yourself. For emergency medical care, leave it to the experts at one of our Methodist Healthcare ER locations. When it's an emergency, count on our trusted care teams and convenient locations. Our ERs offer high-quality emergency care 24/7. Choose emergency medical care wisely. Choose Methodist Healthcare. Find a location near you at sahealth.com/ER.
110-105 here in the fourth quarter of play. Spurs led it after 3, 94-89. And the Knicks have gone on a 21-9 run here in the fourth quarter through the first 8 minutes. They have the basketball. The Spurs in clutch time situations are 12-3, one of the best in the league. The Knicks, this is only their 9th clutch game of the season, and they're not very good 3-5, which is funny when you consider they have one of the best clutch players in the league in Jalen Brunson. Knicks will inbound right in front of the Spurs bench. 16, make it 15 on the shot clock. Inbound into Brunson. Pull up on the left wing 3, wave it off. Offensive foul called on Karl Anthony Towns. Turnover on the Knicks. Towns picks up his second, 10th turnover against the Knicks. And so, Spurs ball down 5, 4:05 to play. Fox walks it up the floor. He's picked up by Anunoby. Out of his hands to Vassell, left wing side, looking for Victor. Gets it to Wembanyama, the foul line, guarded by Towns. Victor had it knocked away and a steal. And a foul called on Karl Anthony Towns beforehand. Slapping Victor on the hand. That's going to put Wembanyama at the line. Knicks thought they had a steal. Instead, it's a foul. Victor Wembanyama will go to the line for free throws. Certainly Towns got him on the wrist. It would be silly for Mike Brown to challenge that. 7 Spurs tonight in double figures. Victor Wembanyama gunning for his 17th point. The free throw is good, and he is now the team leader with 17. All 5 starters in double figures tonight. Wembanyama, part of a Spurs bench, that is accounted in this game for 38 points. One more for Victor, trying to make this a one-possession game. Second free throw, good. 18 for Wembanyama. 110, 107, 3:55 to play. Brunson. Castle guarding him. Brunson. Backing it against Castle. Screen from Hart. Hart took a Charlie horse, looked like on the right knee. He's limping. Brunson gets into the paint, floats it up and in with the left hand. Brunson's got 25. 112, 107. Quickly ahead. Vassell. Back to Wembanyama, standing at the logo. Victor. Towns guarding him out to Vassell. Left wing to Fox. 13 on the shot clock. Fox against Hart. Fox, foul line. Pull-up jumper blocked. Fox gets it back. Had it. Lost it. Controlled by Towns. Knicks with the basketball up 5. 3:18 to play. Hart gets it over to Anunoby. He'll slow it up for New York. Hart over to Brunson. Shot clock down to 11. Double team comes to Brunson. Brunson, 3-point line. Back to Hart. 5 to shoot. Hart with 4, with 3. Hart, pull up 3, left wing, good. Big shot over to Aaron Fox. And the Knicks push into an 8-point lead, 115-107. Under 3 minutes to play. Their largest lead of the night. Castle crossing up Hart. Left wing Dylan Harper, 3. Yes, sir! Dylan Harper, the response. Career high 4th three-pointer. 115-110. Brunson gets it across the timeline. 2.5 to play. Lost it. Over and back. Turnover Knicks. What defense by Dylan Harper. Forcing the turnover by Brunson. Spurs ball. 2:29 to play. Down 5.
And now number 13,
Tyler Kolek into the game. Jordan Clarkson will leave.
Replacing Jordan Clarkson.
So the Spurs get a big three from Dylan Harper, his fourth of the game. 115-110. Harper's got 18. Now with the basketball. 2:25 to go. Fox guarded by Anunoby. Over to Wembanyama. Foul line. Pull-up jumper. Too strong. Long rebound. Dylan Harper kept it alive. Harper going back into the paint. Going up with the left hand over Towns. No. And the rebound, Anunoby. Knicks up by 5 in a 2-possession game. Bring it up the floor. Towns looking for help. We'll get it back out to Kolek. And the Knicks again slow it up as we go under 2 minutes of play. Kolek down to the paint. Whips it to the corner. Anunoby corner three's good. OG Anunoby's 5th three of the night and a season high 28. Knicks by 8. Wembanyama pull up three. No good. Rebound poked around, corralled by Vassell. Did he tip it out? He did. It'll be Knick basketball up 8 with a minute 44 to go. So a 3-possession game, 1:44 to play. The Knicks with the basketball, and the Spurs going to challenge. The Spurs won their last challenge, and they're going to challenge this one here too. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification. This is Spurs Radio.
News Radio 1200 WOAI, San Antonio's breaking news, traffic, and weather.
This is the last challenge for the Spurs. It's a big one here. We'll get a long look at it as our officials, led by Mark Davis, the crew chief, will take a look at it with Jamie DeRosa tonight back in the replay center in Secaucus. 3-possession game, 118-110. Call on the floor was Knicks basketball. And the question is, can the Spurs win a second challenge here tonight? And John Harris pull a rabbit out of his pocket for the second time tonight and give the Spurs a second challenge win in the basketball. Pretty vital here right now. Spurs won their last challenge, now 4-6 in challenges this season. Mark Davis and the crew will take a look at it downstairs. Again, we're on the air with you, 6:30 Thursday night back at the Frost Bank Center. Spurs and the Washington Wizards. Carl Schoening begins our coverage at Spurs Radio game night. Tip time just after 7 here on Spurs Radio. And then it's off to Atlanta on Friday night. 6 o'clock Spurs Radio game night, 6:30 tip time here on Spurs Radio. And Sunday in D.C. to wrap up the weekend. The Knicks head off to Indiana. They don't have to go home after this one tonight. They'll be home on Friday night to take on Philadelphia and Sunday night against the Miami Heat. We're finally getting a look here at the replay, and the question is, again, the call was out of bounds on Devin Vassell. And I don't know if it's going to be so hard to see whether there are fingertips there of Josh Hart. Did he get the underneath of the basketball? They continue to have a look at it. Might have glanced off of Hart's fingers there at the last touch. Again, so hard to see, so close, and it's a huge, huge call on the floor. Here's the call from Mark Davis. Oh, hang on a second. Now he gives us the call.
It was determined that the ball was last touched by New York. Therefore, this is a successful challenge. The ball will be awarded to San Antonio on the baseline. Please reset the shot clock to 14. San Antonio has no additional challenges.
So 2 for 2 tonight for John Harris on the challenges. Gets him to 5 and 6 and 11 challenges this year, and it's a huge one for the Spurs. Let's see if they can take advantage. Down by 8 with a minute 44 to play. 8 matches, the largest lead of the night here for the Knicks. All right, see how the Spurs draw up the inbound. Castle looking for help. Looking for help. Gets it, trying to look for Wembanyama, and he threw it away. Threw it right to Towns. Knicks with the ball into the right corner. Anunoby looking for the dagger. Front rimmed it. Boy, does the Spurs a favor, although the Knicks come up with the offensive rebound. And that's been the story of the second half. Fresh 14 for the Knicks. Brunson gets into the paint, floats it up. No rebound. Tipped up. Castle's got it. Ahead to Vassell. Down to a minute 20 to play. Fox into the paint. Goes up with the right hand. Left it short. Kolek takes the rebound. Fox thought he got fouled. Here comes Brunson. Picked up by Castle and fouled. That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes against the Spurs, the one they had. It's the first foul that the Spurs have committed, in fact, here in this fourth quarter. So the Knicks will inbound on the side with 19 on the shot clock and 72 seconds left in the game in an 8-point game. Brunson inbounding. Hart takes it out of the right side. Wembanyama poking at it. Hart will bring it back out as this will take us under a minute to play. Brunson setting the screen. Hart back to Brunson. 5 to shoot. Pull up 3 from the left wing. Way short. Loose ball on the deck is grabbed by Vassell. He's tied up for a jump ball. He'll jump with Karl Anthony Towns with 54.5 seconds remaining. Boy, the Knicks on the glass have just been a menace. And that's what we expected. They've out-rebounded the Spurs 57-43. They have 23 offensive rebounds tonight for 32 second chance points. So Towns and Vassell will jump it up right at the foul line here. And Kolek and Fox have to be separated. And then Vassell giving up 7 inches to Karl Anthony Towns here on this jump ball. More about placement for Towns than anything else. Towns pokes it over to Kolek. Kolek had it knocked away. Vassell grabs it, gives it to Vassell, or excuse me, to Wembanyama, and ahead to Fox. Fox pull up 3 straight away, no good. Rebound Hart, he's got it, handing it off to Anunoby. 40 seconds to play. Knicks with the ball, Spurs have got a foul. Anunoby spots Kolek. Kolek whips it back out to Towns, and a foul taken by the Spurs. That'll put the Knicks at the line with 34.3 seconds remaining. And the Knicks players starting to get excited here. Winning team in this Emirates NBA Cup gets $536,000 per player. Losing team gets just a shade over $250,000 as Kolek sinks the first free throw. 119, 110, 34.3 seconds remaining. Knicks in this fourth quarter at 89 points coming in. They now have 120. 31 points in the quarter for the Knicks, 16 for the Spurs. 31-16 fourth quarter. Castle steps into a deep 3. No. Rebound up in the air, secured by Anunoby, out to Brunson. 25 seconds left, lofts it to Kolek, lays it up and in. And that'll be the dagger as the Knicks by 12, 20 seconds left. Harper steps into a 3, that's good. 122, 113, 5 threes on the night for Dylan Harper. 21 points for him. Knicks push it ahead into the front court. Pass to Kolek, to Hart underneath, lays it up and in. And that will seal it tonight as the Knicks up 124, 113, 8.3 seconds remaining. Spurs will inbound. They will not take a shot, and the New York Knicks will capture the 3rd installment of the Emirates NBA Cup as they celebrate on the floor. 124-113, the final tonight as the Knicks top the Spurs in the Emirates NBA Cup championship game here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. It's a 35-19 fourth quarter to turn a 5-point deficit into an 11-point win for the Knicks as they top the Spurs tonight. 28 for OG Anunoby, a season high. 25 for Jalen Brunson. 7 Spurs in double figures, led by 21 for Dylan Harper and a career high 5 3-pointers. But not enough in the end as the Knicks come up with a win. 124-113 over the Spurs. We'll take a break, come back, wrap this all up. Post-game coverage between myself here at T-Mobile Arena, Carl Schoening back at our Spurs Radio Net Center. We'll break down this one, take a look at the numbers, have a visit to chat with Matt Nielsen. We'll look ahead to a home game for once for the Spurs against Washington. And some pretty good basketball still to come for these Spurs here as 2025 draws to a conclusion. Our next broadcast of Spurs basketball comes your way on Thursday night. Spurs and the Washington Wizards. Coverage begins with Spurs Radio Game Night at 6:30. The time just after 7 here on Spurs Radio. Spurs fall tonight, 124-113. Spurs Radio continues in a moment.
At SWBC, we believe financial success hinges on teamwork. We've built a legacy on it, partnering with businesses across Texas to help Texans achieve their financial goals. With a comprehensive suite of personal and commercial services, we're here to support whatever journey you're on. From expert property tax services and HR solutions to protecting your future with insurance, investment strategies, and succession planning, we've got you covered. Because great things happen when we move forward together. SWBC, a proud sponsor of the San Antonio Spurs.
At Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel, Texas's premier entertainment destination, we love winners. With millions of dollars in jackpots paid, vehicles, cash, and gift giveaways monthly, the excitement